WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
30 and a 4 half hours. Oh, I said that wrong. 34 and a half hours. Does that make more sense?
I guess so.
1 day and 10 and a half hours until game 1 of the NBA Finals. So we are almost there, Knicks fans. We got a lot to talk about over the next 4 hours. Is it possible Mitchell Robinson doesn't play? Plus, I have shocking news for you about Knicks-Spurs Finals tickets. We'll get to all of that as the show rolls on. But Tiki Barber, as one giant legend to another, Odell Beckham Jr. is back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he has left. Odell Beckham Jr. obviously signed yesterday, and they had a rash of free agent signings with JuJu Smith-Schuster and Braxton Berrios. Only played a handful of games last year for the Texans, but clearly this signals that something is amiss with Malik Neighbors. We speculated about this a couple of weeks ago after we learned that he had that second procedure to clean up or fix or whatever you want to call it, his meniscus. He tore his ACL. That's a routine surgery. You fix it, it gets healthy, you'll be fine. The meniscus, and I referenced what happened to my son, Chasen. He tore his ACL and meniscus in his freshman year at Brown. He never really got back. And now he's not an elite athlete like Malik Neighbors is, a Pro Bowler, on his way to being one of the best in the NFL. But he struggled to get healthy from it. And based on a video that we all saw at the softball game that the Giants had, Malik Neighbors didn't look like he was running anytime soon.
No.
And so the Giants, as they have done in multiple different positions this offseason, are loading up at the wide receiver position just to give themselves options. They did it with D-tackle and around free agency, and now they're doing it post-June 1 with the wide receiving group. Look, what do I believe Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be? I have no idea. I honestly haven't seen him play in a year plus. So I don't think anybody knows until they see him in a Giant uniform.
And I think the proper attitude to take, because yesterday was interesting when the news broke. Sean got emotional. Some Giant fans were angry. Some Giant fans were ecstatic. And the truth is, to quote a quarterback that I no longer like, RELAX. Because the most important news around the New York Giants, like the most relevant and important news, is Malik Neighbors' knee.
Yes.
That's it. Is he healthy? When is he going to play? When he does play, how impactful is he? I made a comparison to you guys 3 months ago, and I don't think you liked the comparison, but I stand by that comp, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Odell Beckham Jr. signing with the New York Giants is a non-roster invitee to MLB spring training. It's the same thing.
I know, it sounds harsh, but it really is, Evan.
It's harsh, but it's true. It's like, for example, I'll give you a crazy example. It's extreme, but I want to put it in perspective. The New York Mets say, you know what? We need a third baseman. Hey, David Wright, you still have something left in you? We're going to invite you to spring training. Now, the emotion would be, oh, my God, it's David Wright. I can't believe it. This is crazy. But the truth is he's going to spring training to see if he has anything left. And if he does have something left, maybe he can contribute to the roster.
And that's exactly what Odell is.
That's Odell Beckham Jr. So I heard a lot of discourse over the last 24 hours, some of which is, you think he's the same guy as a decade ago? If you think he's the same guy as a decade ago, you're on some crazy juice. He doesn't have to be either, though.
Right.
This is not about recreating the magic of 10 years ago. It's about, hey, they need to throw bodies. You laid it out. They need to throw bodies at what's potentially a problem situation because of the injury to Malik Neighbors.
Yep.
Odell Beckham Jr. happens to be a veteran on the street who has a tie to the New York Giants, who a lot of people have an affiliation with and great memories of, who's going to be one of the potential solutions. So statistically, is he going to have a big year in 2026 even if he makes the team? No. There's no evidence that he will.
Yeah.
But here's the good news. He doesn't have to.
Well, he doesn't have unless he needs to because Malik Neighbors is unreliable
Tiki,
or
if
unhealthy.
He needs to, the Giants are in trouble.
Well, you're right. And you're also not factoring in the fact he did not play last year.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't see him play last year because he didn't play last year. The year before that, he had 55 yards receiving for the Miami Dolphins when it was a lost campaign for him down there. And he hasn't had a 1,000-yard season since 2019. when he was with the Cleveland Browns. That was the year or 2 years after he left. No, that was the year after he left the New York Giants. So he left the Giants. We were all high on him still. We thought he was headed towards having a Hall of Fame career. He had a 1,000-yard season with the Browns and then fell off the cliff. Now, he was great with the Rams until he got hurt. That year they won the Super Bowl, and he probably would have been a highly sought-after free agent at that moment. But it's been 4 years since then. And so, look, I love Odell Beckham Jr. I think he'll be great for the attitude of that wide receiver room with the New York Giants. You can't expect that he's going to be a Malik Neighbors replacement.
No, he's not. He's not, to your point, the guy he was 6 or 7 years ago.
No.
And like you said before about if he's asked to do a lot, well, the Giants would be in trouble because Darius Slayton, Calvin Austin, Malachi Fields, Darnell Mooney, they're all here. Yeah. And they're all probably ahead of him on the depth chart. So if Odell Beckham Jr. is being asked to get 9-10 catches a game and be the number one wide receiver for this team?
Yeah, but Evan, we're so far away from that.
Of course we are.
Think about that. It's the beginning of June. We're not even thinking about training camp yet. It's August when we start worrying about where does Odell Beckham fit on the depth chart. I think Odell Beckham is going to be fantastic in the wide receiver room because those guys look up to and respect him. You got to remember, some of these young players that are on this team, they were in those impressionable years when Odell Beckham Jr. was one-handed catches over, in the side of the end zone against the Dallas Cowboys, right? When he was this elite, iconic NFL star. They were impressionable. So him showing up into that room is going to be good in that room.
There's a value to that.
But who he is as a player, I think some people are inflating and they're like pulling these memories forward like that's who he's going to be.
He's not.
Now, with that being said, the Giants last season, and again, the offense could be very different under Matt Nagy. We don't know what it's going to look like. But it's not like Jackson Dart was throwing for 350 yards a game. He averaged 170 yards passing in his, 10 starts. 170. So if you are running the football well, and we know this is what a John Harbaugh team is likely to do, you have really good tight end. You have a good young receiver in Malachi Fields. Like, where is Odell Beckham Jr. getting his 1,500 yards from?
He's not.
And so people who are thinking that's what's coming, you're pulling the pass forward, and it's not gonna be that way.
And you also don't need him to do that.
No.
Odell Beckham Jr. is a guy who got a camp invite.
Right.
And if he makes the team, it's a great story. And if he doesn't make the team, I think it's the definition of no biggie. Mm-hmm. I remember when we talked about this for the first time. I mean, we've talked about it numerous times, but really got into the potential of John Harbaugh bringing him back in March. And one of the concerns I know Sean laid out was, it'll be kind of like a dog and pony show if they have to cut him. Like, it would almost be bad if they have to cut him.
I don't think so. He'll retire a Giant.
I agree.
Exactly.
It's a non-story if they cut him, because here's what will end up happening if they cut Odell Beckham Jr. and he never plays a game with Jackson Dart and is never on the 2026 New York Giants. You will forget 9 years from now that he was ever invited to training camp. It'll be forgotten about.
It's true.
It's like the Mitchell Robinson hand injury, which we'll spend more time talking about. If he plays and plays well, the hand injury or the finger injury will die in the annals of New York sports history. If they lose the series because either Mitch doesn't play or doesn't play well, it becomes one of the biggest stories ever. Mm-hmm. And I think in a lot of ways, even though the stories are different, Odell Beckham Jr. is the same. If he doesn't make the team, we will have forgotten any of this ever happened. If he does make the team and has an impact on a Giant team that has a renaissance under John Harbaugh and a young quarterback in Jackson Dart, it's a great finish to his story. So that concern you had in March, now that it's reality, maybe you could finally say, Uncle Evan, I think you were right. There's nothing to worry about. If we cut him, we cut him.
But there's something else that changed yesterday with that, why that's no longer a worry. The Giants didn't just sign Odell Beckham Jr. They signed Braxton Berrios and JuJu Smith-Schuster on the same exact day. And that is why it changes things, because...
Why would that change things? You still would have to cut Odell Beckham Jr., who is a Giant legend.
Well, he wasn't brought here to be the savior.
He never was being brought here to be the savior.
No, I understand that, but that's what people wanted to believe was going to happen.
They signed him in a pool of multiple receivers on the same day, meaning that if and when that time comes to release Odell Beckham Jr. at the end of training camp or have him retire as a Giant, it is no longer a, well, why did you just sign him only to release him? We know going in, like what the Giants did yesterday with these three guys and Odell Beckham Jr. being the headline of that is they took their 3 preseason games and made them the best must-watch reality TV on the planet.
That's fair.
Because those guys are going to have to play and basically be fighting for their football careers and lives. And in the end, we now know Odell was signed with other veteran wide receivers that we all know their names.
Right.
So it doesn't become some kind of distraction when you cut him. Everybody knows the deal coming in. He got treated the same way JuJu Smith-Schuster did yesterday.
No, you're right. That's the best way to look at it. And I'm more interested, to be honest with you, what Braxton Berrios and JuJu Smith-Schuster look like, because I kind of have a feeling that we know what Odell Beckham is going to be, and he didn't play last year. He was a street free agent for an entire season. Like when that happens to players, and I'm not saying this is what's going to happen to Odell, you're done.
And even the year before that, he played 9 games with Miami and had 9 catches. So it's not like he's done much over the last couple of years.
And he showed out in the Fanatics flag football game, but that's flag football. He's going up making athletic catches, whatever. The other thing I was saying, I know the Malik Neighbors part of this is going to be sexy. There's 2 things to keep in mind. Number one, unless Malik Neighbors is going to remain on PUP and miss the first 6 weeks of the season, and that's the Giants' plan.
That would be my guess, to be honest.
Okay.
To be honest with you right now.
All right. And maybe that's the case.
And that sucks
That
for
does.
Giant fans.
But if it's not, and he's going to miss, let's say, the first 3 games like Andrew Thomas did last year, Malik Neighbors still has to be put on the 53 before he's put on like an IR with designated to return or any of that, meaning they're still inevitably going to have to cut bodies even with Malik Neighbors hurt, unless it's the PUP situation. But on the flip side, the same thing with the strength of numbers with D tackle. What they did yesterday, everybody assumes that Darius Slayton, who is hurt, by the way, and not practicing right now, is on the team because there's no financial benefit to cutting him. He's got no tie to John Harbaugh. He doesn't even have a tie to Joe Shane, who wasn't the one that drafted him. I think that entire wide receiver room of veterans, even Darnell Mooney was brought here on a 1-year deal. You all now have this competition. Nobody on this team outside of Malachi Fields and Malik Neighbors is actually guaranteed a roster spot in that wide receiver.
No, you're right. And the Giants currently have 14 wide receivers.
Damn. And they ain't taking 14.
No, you keep 6.
No,
maybe.
I know.
Maybe 6.
It is a true competition. And the best thing you said is come July, when, the Mets are 100 games out of first place and the Yankees have run away with the American League East, 2 things that feel inevitable. Yeah, you're right. The giant wide receiver battle is actually going to be must-watch TV. But I think that your point back in March, despite them signing Beckham in a group yesterday, doesn't change the fact that some Giant fans are almost going to take it personal if he doesn't make the team. You have to view Odell Beckham Jr. as not the guy who made the one-handed catch against the Cowboys. You have to view him as a veteran wide receiver who is given an opportunity. Because I don't think John Harbaugh is giving him any edge because of his history with the Giants. Now, John may give him an edge because of his history with him, just like Matt Nagy may give an edge to JuJu because of his history with him.
Yeah, last year.
Right. So that's only natural. But I think if we want to be fair about the Beckham discourse, and we're trying to be, you just can't think of him as the guy that was beloved 10 years ago. If he earns making the team, great. Don't expect big numbers. Don't expect crazy numbers. There's no reason to believe that. He hasn't played fully in a very long time. But if it works out and he makes the team and he contributes to this team, that's great. It's a great story. But you hit on something that is the most important thing. It is the most important thing that comes out of yesterday, and that is the question around Malik Neighbors. When is he going to play? Now, you just laid out, what week is your official prediction on when Malik Neighbors plays his first game?
I think he's pup, so week 7.
Week 7, October 25th, in Houston against the Texans. That would mean he's missing the first 6 games of the season.
That's what happens if you're on the PUP list.
Is that a big problem that your number one wide receiver's out for 6 weeks?
Just before you finish, I want to insert something. If you're on the PUP, while he's eligible week 7, he can't even practice with the team until that week.
Yeah.
So would he even actually play that week?
And the week after is the bye. So if you think it's pup, you're probably looking at November 8th against the Eagles, week 9, which again means he will have missed 8 games or 7 games to start the season.
Yeah.
That feels significant.
You know what the problem is? I can't get the visual of him that I just recently saw.
I understand.
You see him running down first base in the softball game, and it's like he can't even put weight on his reconstructed knee. And I look, if you've played football, you've had pain. It makes you not want to put weight on your ankle or your knee or what. You've had that kind of pain, and so when you see somebody running that compromised, you can't help but feel the pain.
Well, why was he running? Why was he playing in a softball game, too?
I honestly don't know. I'm shocked that he actually was there. If you're gonna be there, don't play. Just stand around, say hi to people, but he put that visual in my head, and I can't not see it anymore. So when people are asking me about Malik Neighbors, I'm saying I don't think he's ready for start of season.
Oh, no, I completely agree with that. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I waited for today for us to make this official on when we think we see Malik Neighbors, which is the most important development from yesterday. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, you could go crazy about Odell and JuJu and all that.
Right.
It is about Malik Neighbors and when he comes back. And if he comes back, so you're going to stick with October 25th, week 7?
I will. Even though knowing that the bye week is right after that, you're probably correct, but I'll stick with week 7.
Fair enough. Sean Morash, officially, when do you think Malik Neighbors plays his first game for the Giants in 2026?
Week 5, October 11th versus the Commanders.
I got to be honest with you. I think in a lot of ways, both of you are being way too optimistic because I'm with you, bro. I can't get that image out of my mind. Mm-hmm. I think it's the more time has gone by, I give you credit, Sean, because I think you were the first on it. And I think most people, rational people that are respected like Tiki, no offense, Sean, are starting to come around to this. I don't know how he was playing softball over the weekend. It's kind of ridiculous.
Right.
It's
dodgeball. Which actually was more torque on the knee than softball.
Right, because you're changing directions. You're unpredictably jumping one way or the other, landing, etc.
If he's ready for week 1 against the Cowboys, I think I'd rescind all that and say, you know what? Maybe he was being careful. He was fine. Giants knew better than us.
Yeah, heavily braced. That's why it looked the way that it was. It was wrapped, so he couldn't really bend it.
I would apologize and say that's a no biggie spot.
Right.
But if he doesn't play week 1, how do you not look back at that and say, what the hell was going on?
I agree. The belief has been that, or what they're trying to sell you is that this was the reason the Giants were okay with, if they were, was it was a mental hurdle for Malik Neighbors to go out there and do that.
I mean, look, I remember.
That's just what's being said.
But this wasn't Giants sanctioned necessarily.
It wasn't, but I mean,
it's supported. They knew about
Giants
it.
supported is the better way to do it.
This wasn't a Giant function. This wasn't, the PR and the marketing people doing this with the New York Giants. It was Joe, right? It was like LPG, right, doing this with a bunch of the other guys and their foundations. Brian Burns' I know foundation was a part of this. So the Giants were obviously aware of this, but it's not like they were saying, "All right, Malik, go do this."
Right.
This was Malik doing it on his own. This is they're free. It's a free day for them. They're not required to be at practice. This is something they all chose to do.
Well, what's interesting about that is John Harbaugh was scheduled to appear at the softball game, and then something came up, and LPG had tweeted, now he's no longer going to appear. Do you think if John Harbaugh did appear, Malik Neighbors is still participating like that?
That's a good question.
Because then the head coach has his eyes on the whole thing.
Is it true that John Harbaugh was in the Oval Office with President Trump? I'm just kidding. I made that up. that'd be a new one. Wait, so what week do you say Neighbors is coming back?
I'm going week 5. I think he makes the roster and they put him on IR, designate to return, and he will play versus the Commanders in week 5.
Yeah, so I'm debating two things. I'm debating him not playing at all this season.
Well, the reason you do PUP, just as a difference, is the PUP because it allows you to have another roster spot.
Right. But you can't practice.
Right.
And it eliminates you for the first 6 weeks of the season, which is a significant amount of time. I mean, it's almost a third of the season. That's a big freaking deal.
Yeah, but if you're thinking of Malik Neighbors as your long-term solution at wide receiver, and we're talking year 3 now, are we worried about him missing 6 games?
I'm not disagreeing that you have to look at his health as number one. Like, I am not saying the Giants should rush him at all. I'm talking about this season. Mm-hmm. That is a significant blow to 2026 if Malik Neighbors is missing the first 6 weeks.
100% agree.
I don't disagree with the Giants. Obviously, this guy's a part of your future. I am not saying to rush him by any stretch and risk re-aggravation. I'm just saying if we're breaking down the upcoming season, and I've been very optimistic about the Giants' chances this season, it dents it quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. But you got to also remember what this offense is not going to be. Tyreek Hill with the Miami Dolphins.
I agree.
They're
going to run the ball a lot.
This is not what it's going to be. We know what they're going to do. They're going to run the football a ton. They're going to do a lot of underneath stuff with the tight ends and their big wide receivers. Malachi Fields, who I brought up before. I think I'm biased to him because he's a UVA guy via Notre Dame. But still, I think this team is being built to be big and tough.
Yeah, I think that they will be less reliant on missing Malik Neighbors than maybe some others, but it still makes them worse. It's still a negative
100%.
for him not to be there.
He's a game changer that the Giants would you're going to miss him. As simply as that, you're going to miss him because he's such a game changer.
And I'll tell you something else about Malik Neighbors, and this is more of the big picture thing that you're talking about. I want to see him play with Jackson Dart. Like, I want to see the two guys that offensively I'm sort of building around get some time together. The guys barely played with Jackson Dart.
Right.
I mean, in fact, look it up. How many balls has he caught from Jackson Dart in his NFL career? The guy played 4 games last year. So
it was in the first quarter of the Charger game. I think he had 2 or 3 catches.
All right. So the first 2 weeks.
4 targets?
Hold on a second. He's played 1 game with Jackson Dart.
It was 1 quarter.
It was 1 quarter. All right. So thank you. Now my point has been even more validified.
Right. So that's what I said. 4 targets?
Yeah.
Maybe?
It's 3 targets, 2 catches for 20 yards.
There you go.
That's the chemistry between Malik Neighbors and Jackson Dart. So when you talk about big picture, you're right. You shouldn't rush him. He's got 0 chemistry with Jackson Dart right now.
I want to thank Jackson Dart.
So that's a part of it, too. So when I looked at the schedule and I was thinking about this last night, I wanted to give like a real opinion on when we see him. I don't want to say he's going to miss the entire year, though that is in the back of my mind. Like, it is a concern. He already needed a second procedure. He did not look good running. We cannot sit here and just assume, he'll play. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to say December. I don't think we see him for the first 3 months of the season.
Wow.
Well, if that's the case, then they should have taken this way more seriously than JuJu Smith-Schuster or Odell Beckham Jr. in a 3rd-round pick.
They may not have known to the level.
Yeah, what would you I don't think anybody knew until this second procedure was necessary, right? I know you're paying attention to it, but there was a lot of transition that happened with the New York Giants this offseason. One, you're bringing a new head coach. Some of the staff, including the medical staff, was remade a little bit. And so it's hard to know exactly what was going on with everything.
It's hard to know, like, even that prediction. Like, in the Giants' minds with truth serum, they may think he's back in September, October. But the body is a tricky thing.
No, you're right.
And that's my point to you. Like, I don't know when he's going to come back. I hope it's sooner rather than later. I'm certainly not rooting against it. But based on the way he ran, based on the now multiple medical procedures, and based on, you want to be conservative with him, I would be surprised if he's playing in September or October.
You cannot be participating in softball and dodgeball in June and not come back to play football in December. You just that's unacceptable.
Well, we'll save the tape and rediscuss it when he comes back. Because I agree with you. I think if he's ready for week 1, which none of us are picking, I would walk back and say, you know what? They knew more than us. Even you would. You'd say, you know what? No big. Turned out to be a no biggie. In the moment, it was weird. In the moment, I didn't trust it. But you know what? No biggie. But if he's missing time, and we all have a missing significant time.
Yeah.
You're at 6 weeks. You're at 4 weeks. I'm at a little bit more, 12 weeks. That's still not good. Anyhow, we'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plus, there were other significant trades in the NFL yesterday, including Myles Garrett being shipped to the Rams. Should the Giants or Jets have gotten involved? We'll get to that coming up, plus plenty of Knicks over the course of the next 4 hours. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home. With Windorama's summer savings event, save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
Hey, if you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't actually need. But with My Biz Plan from Verizon Business, you can choose exactly what you want and only pay for what you need for your business. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Visit VerizonBusiness.com. Do it today to learn more and make the switch. Verizon Business.
Summer's a the gift of days that last a little longer, a brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, with specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid, all backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy, delicious hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
New Jersey sets the global stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the history-making final. Come for the games. Stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. Get in on the action at visitnj.org.
Come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, June 6th for a very special night, Military Appreciation Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a red, white, and blue Yankees t-shirt, courtesy of Ford. Don't miss the action.
The board is blinking, there's sauce on channel 3. Sean's got crumbs in the faders and ranch where the level should be. He's chewing through the traffic update, spilling lunch on every knob. Somebody grab a paper towel. How does Sean Morash still have a job? How does Sean Morash still have a job? No, really, how does Sean still have a job? A terrible bullboard op, a giant shill, a Knicks troll sent by God. He's got meatball grease on the soundboard and blue cheese in the ox. Somebody call engineering. How does Sean Morash still have a job? He'll defend the Giants like a preacher, even when they're getting robbed. Jackson Dart could spike one backward. Sean would say that's a pro-style lob. Then the Knicks lose one possession, and he's dancing like a slob. With buffalo sauce on the dump button, how does Sean Morash still have a job? Evans yelling, Tiki sighing, the callers want his head. The board smells like mozzarella sticks and half the buttons are dead. How does Sean Morash still have a job? No, really, how does Sean still have a job? A board-up disaster with a hoagie in hand, turning WFAN into a deli stand. He's trolling the Knicks, praising the Giants, leaving crumbs like it's his job. Somebody wipe down the studio. How does Sean Morash still have a job?
Both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting high-quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So, if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or over cooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires July 6th.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. It was a quiet night in sports, but not for the Mets. Late night misery. Brooks Raley gives up the tying bomb to Josh Naylor in the 7th, and the Mariners walked it off in the 10th to win 3-2. Despite getting a good effort from Sean Manaea, by the way, the Rays lost to the Tigers last night, so the Yankees did gain a half a game by not playing.
Yankees will surpass Tampa Bay and never look back prior to the conclusion of the NBA Finals.
I mean, hell, it might happen in the next 3 days.
It could happen in the next 3 days. They are a game back, 2 in the loss column, but I think a full surpassment of the Tampa Bay Rays will happen before the finals have concluded, and they will never give it back.
Yeah, you always have alluded to this, that eventually a team's going to get cold, but it is shocking how cold the Tampa Bay Rays have gotten, because there was a moment where they couldn't lose.
They were playing at a level that was unsustainable.
True, but you looked at them and they felt sound because they have 2 or 3 really good starting pitchers, and you felt like, all right, maybe they're just better than we expected. But they have come back to earth, and I don't know what their record is over the last 10. What are they? 4-6 over their last 10 games.
2-6 since the walk-off.
Yes.
And I referred to this on that Monday as a big turning point in the AL East because the Yankees and the Rays are tied after a rainout. It's the 9th inning, and Aaron Judge hits the 2-run home run. And then the next day on Memorial Day, Yankees were trailing, Rays were leading, both switched. And that has been kind of the turning point because the Yankees were 5.5 games out going into that Sunday game. They they could have lost that game. I don't want to say should have.
Yeah.
And then Monday was another swing. They could have easily been 7.5 games out. And now they're only a game out because the Rays have struggled. They ended up getting swept by Baltimore. They did win 2 out of 3 against the Angels. They lost to the crappy Tigers last night. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a turn here going on. But I think once the Yankees pass them, they will pass them.
Right.
It won't be a back and forth. I think they're a better team. So I think they'll pass them, and then they'll surpass them, and then they'll never look back. Should the Giants have traded for Myles Garrett? We'll explore that in a few minutes, but let's get to some of your calls. 888-808-1019. Brett is in East Northport. Hey, Brett.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Love the show.
Appreciate you.
But couple quick points. One, and sorry to bring it back to Odell.
Yeah.
But one, I think it definitely got stuff with the Trump, Dart Carter stuff out of the news cycle. And then 2,
it did.
I think
that's a great call.
I mean, everyone kind of stopped talking about that. Which, if they were going to sign him today, yesterday was the day to do it.
Right.
But the other comparison, I kind of relate it back to the Knicks. But I think we're not really talking about also, like, it's going to elevate the practice field. We got Colton Hood, a young corner. We got a couple other young corners. See what Tay Banks got. Like Odell, we saw what he had in that flag football game. He's still going to be good in practice and train these guys up. Iron sharpens iron. And I think, just to relate that to the Knicks, Jeremy Sochan, who we signed, he got kind of dragged in the media. because he said he made the Knicks a better team. I think people took that the wrong way. He's a great defensive player. He brings a lot to the practices for them, and you could simulate stuff.
You're right, Brett. You're totally right about that. And Shohan is a pain in the ass, and we don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. It's better for someone else to say it.
Yeah.
That's the only issue.
Yeah, well,
I don't doubt that.
It's funny when you heard that, or when I heard that, it was almost like he was regurgitating what someone had said to him.
And maybe someone did.
Right? Look, you're not playing. You're not going to play a lot, but you're making us better.
If Jalen Brunson at a press conference says, I got to tell you, and maybe he hasn't, I missed it, so I open up the possibility of that.
Yeah.
That Jalen Brunson says, I got to tell you, you guys don't see it because he barely plays and hasn't cracked the rotation, even though I thought he had a chance to.
Mm-hmm.
But Jeremy Shohan has made us so much better and has given us some great intel on the San Antonio Spurs. And he's such a pain in the ass defensively that he's improved me as a player during practice. I would believe every word of it.
Yeah, I would too.
It just has to come from the right messenger.
Yeah, you can't, when you're not a regular rotation guy, let's call him that, it's hard to start pumping your chest saying, I make this team better. But I get what he's saying.
Oh, no doubt. And
because he probably does.
I say this because I strongly disagreed with the other side on this. When the New York Giants made a decision last Friday to allow Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter and John Harbaugh to talk about what happened with Trump and the tweet and Jackson Dart, there was a reaction by some that this was a dumb decision by the Giants.
No, it was a great decision by the Giants.
I thought it was a great decision. I said it to you at the time. We agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've been proven right because the truth is, it wasn't Odell Beckham Jr. that ended the discussion. It was them publicly talking that ended the discussion. Yeah, there were some opinions on what Abdul said and what Jackson said, no doubt. But then it went away. Because this is proof that when you confront an issue, you usually just end it.
I think people wanted to make the assumption that Abdul Carter would him and haw his way through his explanation. But he was succinct, he was direct, and said exactly what he felt and meant. And when you do that, you can't speculate on what his intentions were. He told you what his intentions were. And he also said, me and Jackson are good.
That's the biggest part.
Right? You guys can make whatever you want out of it. We sit next to each other every day because we're grown men. Just because some of you grown people out there can't have civil conversations with disagreeing opinions, by all means. But we have a common goal. It is to play and win football games and be a tough team. And if we have tough issues, we're going to talk about it like men. And I think when John Harbaugh said that in his part of the press conference, and he dug into like what actually goes on in work environments. It's not always hunky-dory and craps and giggles. Sometimes it gets a little dicey.
Yeah.
But you address it like men, and you don't let social media or those who want to troll in the trenches of this world that we live in make it more important than it actually is. So I thought by addressing it and talking about it very directly, the Giants did away with.
1,000%. That's why the idea that, the Giants extended the story, they did, but then they ended
only to kill it.
They extended, exactly.
They pulled it out a little bit longer so they could chop it off.
Absolutely, because if that wasn't addressed, it would have been talked about in July at training camp. It just would have. It still would have been a thing. And now I think it's over. Do the political hacks still have very strong opinions about Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart? Of course. Hacks are going to hack, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And you can't, stop that. But for most regular Giant fans or football fans, it's put to bed. And it was put to bed because they talked about it. So, yeah, I get the idea of, now they signed Odell. It's a different story to a degree, but it was really that they addressed it.
Yeah.
Say this about the Giants, and I'm working on my very own Cinco list. In fact, it may not be a Cinco list. It may be a Diaz list because it's 10. This has been, and I want you guys to not be sensitive when I say this.
Yeah.
Because it's not all bad. Some of it is, some of it isn't. This has been an eventful New York Giants offseason.
Of course it has.
Some of it's been embarrassing. Some of it's been hilarious.
Yeah, but
some of it's been nonsensical.
But you know what I would say, Evan? It's kind of been a necessary
some of it
offseason for the Giants. They had to go through some of these things.
Some of it, not all of it. Because, you want me to tell you some of them?
Go ahead.
The Epstein list and one of the owners being on it?
Yeah, but
that's a part of it. And then being in the draft room a few weeks later, that's on it.
Yeah.
This whole political discourse, that's on it. Trust me, I'm making a whole list.
You need to be careful with what you
I ain't going to be careful.
Okay.
He wasn't on the Epstein list.
What was he on again? I apologize.
He had emails.
I'm sorry. Thank you. No, I appreciate you clarifying that because I want to get that right. There were emails between Mr. Tisch and Epstein. You're right. But my point is that's one of the crazy stories. That's why I'm not sure how to label it, because some of it's good stuff. Like hiring John Harbaugh is awesome. That's crazy. That's on the list. Trading Dexter Lawrence after he demands a trade. You could say it's bad, it's good, it's somewhere in the middle.
He didn't want to be here. It's great.
Fine. But then there's bad stuff.
You don't want to be here, don't be here.
Then there's the bad stuff. So I got to figure out a way to name it, but I got that list coming. And I can see the looks on your faces. You don't feel happy.
I felt violated. I was sorry. You called it a Diaz list. I thought we were talking about cockfighting. I don't know what you were
Diaz is 10.
Oh, got it.
You didn't know that either, T?
I did. No, but we were, thinking that you have this
Edwin Diaz.
This brain cramp about Edwin Diaz.
No, that's nothing.
Your cock list didn't necessarily vibe with us. We didn't know what you were talking about.
Let's go to Joe down in Miami. What's up, Joe?
Talking about a...
Hey, guys. Good morning. Great Tuesday morning. Gents, wouldn't it be wonderful if yesterday's signings are the coming of the Three Amigos Part 2? I mean, think of it. Anyways, no, seriously, I think that those three signings bring a lot of experience to the room.
Definitely
experience. And that's just going to make them better. Definitely going to make them better.
I think the experience is important because, this isn't a young wide receiver room. I mean, Malachi Fields is young.
JuJu's 29. He ain't that old.
That's what I mean. This isn't a young wide receiver. It's not young at all. I mean, we even look at Isaiah Hodgins, who's still on this team. He's not young, right? The only young person are the rookie, Malachi Fields, that they drafted from Notre Dame, and Malik Neighbors. Everybody else is kind of experienced and been around. And so they're going to have some choices. Are they looking for the most explosive or the most reliable? I think JuJu's here because of his, as you mentioned before, because of his relationship with Matt Nagy over the last 2 seasons in Kansas City. So he's a veteran. He knows what kind of offense Nagy's likely to install, and he's a bigger wide receiver. I don't think you can discount what this offense is going to look like, and it's not going to be what I think everybody expects it to be.
One other thing, and I forgot to bring this up when talking about Malik Neighbors and him participating in the softball game and the dodgeball game. Do we have an issue with Cam Scatterbo doing backflips?
I mean, clearly he's healthy enough to do that.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to judge him. I mean, I'm showing in the break you guys my daughter doing a 3 to double.
Yeah, but she's not coming off an injury like Cam is.
I know, but she's 12.
That's true.
So I watch my daughter jump around the backyard over and over and over again. So I know it's safe, especially if you know what you're doing. But nobody wants to see him get hurt doing something stupid.
The issue isn't that. I think the issue is coming off an injury.
Yeah,
that's what that's
he's
about.
Completely healthy.
But that's the thing. It's completely apples and oranges, the Neighbors participating, because nobody outside of Giant fans have speculated whether Cam Scatterbo was even going to be ready for training camp. We all witnessed him have a gruesome injury on TV, but he's been ready, told you he's ready, and he punctuated by showing you, I'm back.
Right.
Okay, just asking a question.
And he hit a home run. Good for him.
He did. Impressive. But none of them made a diving catch the way Tiki did years ago in the Carton BT Tiki Evans softball game.
Right.
One of the great softball catches of all time.
That was with a partially torn quad.
That's unbelievable.
I was trying to sprint too damn much.
That's
I'm not an old man.
Frank is in White Plains. Good morning, Frank.
Hey, Frank. What's up, dude?
Good morning. Thank you very much for taking my call. I don't know why Giants, they signed this guy. They have him already. Why they bring him back? Why didn't you sign the guy who went to Philadelphia? He went to 2 Super Bowls. What's wrong with these guys, man?
You talking
Really,
about you talking about AJ? You talking about AJ Brown?
Or you talking about Saquon?
He's one of the greatest to do it.
Who are you talking about?
Saquon, yeah.
Saquon.
You know who I'm talking
Come
about.
on, but that's different. It's a different situation. First of all, it was 2 years ago. The Giants weren't in a position to win like I think they are right now. And remember with Odell Beckham Jr., there's no risk to the signing.
There is none.
What
at all.
guaranteed money is this guy getting?
I didn't even look at the deal. I mean, but they're 1-year deals. It's negligible.
Yeah.
It's all complete veteran minimums, apparently.
Right.
Yeah, there's no risk.
There is zero risk.
That's why you got to forget about the name. See, the name does things to people. It does good things and bad things. There are some, like Frank, who get angry about it. We took calls about it yesterday, like, Odell, he's immature. He made believe he was a dog after a touchdown celebration. He made love to a goalpost. You know, that whole thing.
Right.
I know it was a net, but whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's irrational because who cares? It was a long time ago. He's not here to be a star. Vice versa, there's going to be some Giant fans who are like, we got Odell back. I got my feels back. One-handed catch against Dallas. Like you're expecting big, gigantic things. Don't expect either. He's just a name that's familiar who's coming in with a very small potential role on this team. Now, Frank brought up the Eagles, and so I don't want to waste our time with A.J. Brown in terms of the Giants and the Jets A.J. Brown was always being traded to the New England Patriots. It felt like it was a fait accompli for a long time. Obviously, Diana Rossini had that story. So I think the bigger angle to the A.J. Brown trade is like the fallout of the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel stuff. Like it brings it up again, fair enough.
Yeah. It's the last thing I thought about, though.
First thing I thought about.
I didn't, because I assumed it was happening already.
But why did you assume it was happening?
Because we had heard about it forever from Diana. I guess Diana Rossini, but I mean,
exactly.
It gets parroted so many times on social media. It's like, well, who originally had that?
That's true. You almost forget.
You almost forget. Like, where did that actually come from? But I do know that Mike Vrabel, who was his coach in Tennessee, never wanted to trade him.
Right. He wanted him back.
He wanted him back. And so with the obvious discontent in Philadelphia, it was not a shock that A.J. Brown ended up in New England with the Patriots. And now they have a little bit of a logjam at wide receiver, you could say. What happens to Kayshon Boutte this year with A.J. Brown there. But
remember, their leading receiver last year was Stephon Diggs. Where's he at now? Where'd he go? Did Stephon Diggs sign anywhere?
He's a free agent.
He's free, right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not. I know he's not on the Patriots. I didn't know if he was picked up by anybody.
No, that was a big story yesterday.
So Stephon Diggs had 85 catches last year. He was their leading receiver. So you can look at it as, and certainly I do.
But they also
he's replacing.
But they required Romeo Doubs.
Yeah,
from Green Bay. That
was a good move. You're right.
Very good move. And so it's just, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting wide receiver room up there. But nobody was surprised by A.J. Brown going to the Patriots.
And when a guy gets traded, what I always like to do is say, all right, should we have been involved with the local teams, even if the discussion is 10 seconds or 20 minutes? With A.J. Brown, obviously the Giants, not worth talking about, same division, the whole thing. And for the Jets, not in a position to make a trade like that. So that one's easy. Myles Garrett being traded. Now, remember, he asked for a trade over a year ago. He ends up getting the extension from Cleveland. And so the Myles Garrett trade rumors had quieted down. But I don't think anybody's surprised that they eventually did trade him.
No, it kind of felt inevitable. It's a new staff. Does Cleveland feel ready to win within the best pass rusher in the NFL? The answer was no. And again, it's a new coaching staff, a new regime there. He ends up going someplace where, I wish more teams were like the Rams.
Where they said F dem picks?
Yes.
Leon Rose style?
I don't know if you guys have realized this, because I didn't realize it until this trade happened with Myles Garrett. The Rams have traded 9 of their last 10 first-round picks.
Crazy.
Their only first-round pick from the last 10 drafts was Jared Verse.
It wasn't Ty Simpson, because I remember that was Atlanta's pick.
That's right. It was Jared Verse in 2024. They traded.
And they just traded
Jared Verse to the Cleveland Browns, a 2-time Pro Bowler. But this just shows you the brilliance of Les Snead, because it really is F them picks, because we don't care. We're going to bring in better players who are veterans, who we know we can trust, to come out and replace those lottery picks that we're getting, and usually in the back end of the first round. Now, here's the other thing that they did. And they have drafted unbelievably well in the second and third rounds at defensive end. So Kobe Turner, who is 25 years old, Byron Young, who had, all these guys had more sacks, by the way, than Jared Verse. And Jared Verse was the Pro Bowler. They also drafted him. And in the same draft where they drafted Jared Verse in the first round, and the second round, they took another defensive end from Florida State and Braden Fisk, who's 24 years old. They can't sign all 4 of those guys. So somebody had to go.
Right.
The Browns wanted Jared Verse. Go ahead.
It's one of those trades that makes complete sense for both sides.
It makes perfect sense for both sides.
If you're Cleveland and you're still rebuilding, Myles Garrett's going to be 31 years old late this season.
Right. If you got 2 years before you're relevant,
right,
Myles Garrett's going to start to age out before you're relevant.
Cash out. And you can cash out by getting a future first-round pick, which may not be that good because the Rams are good, but a good young player who's going to be on your team longer than Myles Garrett. So I get it for Cleveland, as much as I hate trading talented players like Myles Garrett. And for the Rams, you're right.
Well, here's the other thing.
F them picks.
This makes now more sense why they drafted Ty Simpson. So hear me out. That was not their pick, right? It was
from Atlanta, correct.
Atlanta's pick.
Yep.
They had apparently been trying to trade for Myles Garrett for like half a decade. Seriously.
Right.
Like they just kept calling. What's the one thing that's really uncertain right now about the Cleveland Browns? Is a quarterback.
Right.
And so they have a first-round pick this year. They know that they're trying to get Myles Garrett. Draft a quarterback just in case we need to include a quarterback in the deal. Like,
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ty Simpson could have been used in the deal. Is that what you're saying?
Used in that deal.
Yeah.
And so it's just, Les Snead is playing chess. We're all playing like checkers. Like, oh, how does that fit on top of that black chip on top of that red one? And he's like, dude, I'm pawning the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Right. I got a knight that's about to come behind you and crack your head open. And so I love what the Rams do. I wish more teams would operate like
that
this,
leads to
where they are literally just saying, I'm trying to win a championship this season.
Right.
Forget 4 years from now and developing whoever. I want to win right now.
So could the Giants have made an offer as good? I mean, their first-round pick, in essence, would be more appealing because you assume the Rams are going to be picking between, like 30, 31, and 32. So could the Giants have built a package? I don't know if Kayvon Thibodeau is enough compared to Jared Verse.
No, you probably have to give Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau and 3 picks.
Really?
Yes.
To make the equivalent of Jared Verse, a first-round pick, and then the future pick they got?
First round, second round,
Your
third
first-round pick is going to be more valuable, though.
Really?
Well, I think the assumption is I think the Giants have a chance to be good.
That's
but
right.
I think the
and if
Rams
you get Myles Garrett, and now you have Brian Burns and Myles Garrett.
No, but the Ram pick is still going to be better. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because they're going to be Super Bowl favorites, aren't they
Verse
not?
is more proven, though, than Abdul Carter.
I completely agree about Verse. I'm just start with the pick.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, and then we'll get to the player, because I agree. Kayvon's not enough. Abdul may not even be enough. I'm just saying.
That's why I said both of them.
Yeah, but the pick itself, even if the Giants got Myles Garrett, really good team, could win the division, you're probably trying to project it into the low to mid-20s. Is that fair?
Yeah.
On the high end.
Yeah.
The Rams are going to be Super Bowl favorites. That's 10 picks later.
Right.
So I'm saying the Giants have more
the
to
Rams
offer.
are Super Bowl favorites now.
That's my point. So the Giants would have more to offer in terms of the value of the first-round pick. As far as the player to equal Jared Verse, it's a great question. I'm just asking you guys, he's 30 years old. He's coming off a record-breaking year. Would you have wanted to have been involved? Maybe they were, and we don't know. Would you have wanted to have been involved in the Myles Garrett stuff?
I don't think so, because I don't feel as if the Giants – and by the way, they have a elite DPOY type candidate in Brian Burns already.
They do.
And so –
maybe he'd be in the team. That'd be the trade. No, you'd have to do that, though, bro.
I don't know.
You'd have to include him for Myles Garrett, and you do it.
I don't. I mean, probably.
Really? As good as Burns. I love Burns. I'm just saying it's Myles Garrett.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I don't. It just. I don't feel like the Giants are where the Rams are. Let's put it that way.
I got you.
Where the Rams are, they are trying to win right now. They're not joking around. They're not. They're dead ass serious about trying to win a Super Bowl, and they don't care that you know it. Whereas some teams are like, yeah, we're just developing, and if we don't have the success, then we'll get them next year. The Rams are like, we're all in. If we lose, that sucks for us.
Right.
And we're telling you, we're going all in to win a Super Bowl. And if we fall short, I'm not talking about get to the NFC Championship game. I'm talking about win a Super Bowl. If we fall short, it's a disappointment. That's what they told the league. We fail if we don't win the Super Bowl.
1,000%. Super Bowl or bust.
Which is awesome.
And throw in the fact that their quarterback is old. Yeah.
Right.
Would you have traded Abdul Carter in a number one if that was the offer?
For Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Okay. You would too, right?
Absolutely.
Abdul in the number one?
I would not, no.
You would not?
Well, just from the standpoint of
what?
The Giants suck.
Come on.
Myles Garrett clearly is all-world, the best pass rusher.
Was he too old for you?
It's not even too old.
You got to check his politics first? What's the problem?
He's going to age well.
Okay, even if he's going to age well.
He will age well.
Can I see this core of the Giants with John Harbaugh play this year and see what we got before I'm giving up assets for a 30-year-old pass rusher?
That's the one difference, is that we know what Sean McVay is all about.
I get it. I want the Giants to get to a point where we can have a conversation in the offseason where it's like, this would be a nice finishing touch for this team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not comfortable giving up my pass rusher that we hope when we drafted him could become Myles Garrett or a first-round pick. To do that right now off a 3-win season, no, I'm not interested in doing that.
Got a yes from Tiki and a no from Sean. It didn't happen. I wouldn't be surprised, and maybe you'll be able to report this weeks and months from now, even though it doesn't matter. I wouldn't be surprised if they were aggressive. Because it feels like John Harbaugh has been aggressive this offseason.
No, you're right.
Where I'm not saying they were close, but they were close on the corner from Kansas City.
McDuffie.
On Trent McDuffie.
Let's be careful also about saying that anybody can be the next Myles Garrett.
I know.
He's kind of one of one.
How about this? How about you drafted him 3rd overall, the next great pass rusher in this league?
There you go.
You're a prospect hugger, Sean.
I'm not a prospect hugger. I'm a we won 3 games. Can we walk before or crawl before we walk?
We won 4.
That's right.
I don't count.
We'll get back to your calls next. Giants, New York Knicks. And I got shocking news for you. Real stuff concerning tickets for the NBA Finals. We'll get to it coming up. 888-808-1019.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They also have a brand new store right here in Manhattan on 68th and Amsterdam, I believe it is. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So, hit up my friends over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki and get 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Don't look now, but the Cleveland Browns are actually a well-run organization. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I can't believe it's true. They had to trade Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's 30 years old. He doesn't fit their timeline, and I love the return that they got for Myles Garrett. And if you look at the young talent on this team, it's there, and now with 2 first-round picks in next year's draft, in position to get a quarterback. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than...
Hot, the board is bling.
Are burning down again. Another night, another song. Somebody check the office door. How does David Stern still have a job? How does David Stern still have a job? No, really, how does he still have a job? The Mets are a dumpster fire. The boy genius looks like a fraud. Cohen spent the money. Queens got stuck with the Sox. Somebody ask Harvard, how does David Stern still have a job? Here comes the man from Milwaukee with a spreadsheet and a grin. Said he'd bring smart baseball to Queens, then let the losing begin. Evan Roberts on Rico Bronya is cooking him every night, reading off the receipts like scripture, and buddy, none of it sounds right. They called him the boy genius, they called him Milwaukee's son, but all he did was spend a fortune and turn the Mets into a rerun. How does David Stern still have a job? No, really, how does he still have a job? Oh, Bichette, Polanco, Devin too, Weaver, Mondia, Montezerrat, big names, bad baseball, same old Mets fan sob. Somebody call Milwaukee. How does David Stern Stern still have a job? How does David Stern still have a job? No, really, how does he still have a job? Machete, Paul Anko, Devin too, Weaver, Mania, Montez, Rob.
Because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka, like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies, except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Get back to calls in a minute, but one of the biggest stories going on in New York sports right now is people who want to go to the NBA Finals, and they don't know how to get tickets. So I did a little bit of research. I got two pieces of, I think, very surprising news about those that want to go to Madison Square Garden and those that are willing to get on a plane and go to San Antonio, Texas. Let me start with the Spurs. I am not kidding. I am not lying. I'm telling you the truth. The San Antonio Spurs have not sold out Game 1 of the NBA Finals. That is a true statement. If you go on Ticketmaster, the official ticket reseller and ticket brokerage, however it's termed, of both the Spurs and the Knicks, it's very simple. You go to Game 1, there's like a red for each seat. That means it's resale. That means someone is selling their tickets. The blue means it's coming from the Spurs. There's a lot of blue.
Why do you think that is? What's the get-in price?
Easy. The get-in price from the Spurs and the NBA is over $1,000. So they are charging $1,100 to sit in the upper level.
Dynamic pricing again?
This is, I am assuming dynamic pricing. I have not followed it enough to know, but I'm just telling you right now, they're not sold out. Now, will they be sold out for game one? Of course they will. But there's blue, and there's a lot of blue, and that means that's from the Spurs. The red, which is actually a little bit cheaper, is the resale market. Now, a lot was made the other day because the Spurs announced that if season ticket holders are selling their tickets on non-authorized sites, they would take the tickets away. And some Knicks fans assumed that meant they were trying to keep Knicks fans out. That's not what it means. It means that they want to make their money off of their official ticket reseller.
Right. They want to
That's
capitalize. They want their money regardless of whether or not you're going to the game or not.
They want to double dip on you.
Yes, exactly.
If a season ticket holder in San Antonio sells their ticket, they're getting fees from that, from the buyer and the seller. So if you want to go to Texas, they're available. And it's right there in front of you from the official resale market of the San Antonio Spurs. You could buy it from the Spurs. You could buy it from someone selling them. And it's expensive, but it's right there for you. The Knicks are a little bit more complicated. And the Knicks, and they have every right to do this, but I don't think this is going to go over well with Knicks fans when I tell you that the New York Knicks were supposed to put tickets on sale last week. I said this on the air because that's what they announced. They have this thing called a Fan First program where fans are able to sign up, they get verified, and they get first access to tickets. CP the franchise, who was with us the other day, he's a part of that program. He's bought tickets that way. Right before those tickets were about to go on sale, the Knicks canceled it. They also canceled putting tickets on sale to the general public. If you go to the Ticketmaster website right now, A, there's no resale because they have a rule you can't resell till 24 hours before tip-off. And the second thing is there's no tickets available from the Knicks. So right now, if you go to Ticketmaster, the official ticket reseller, and where you buy Knick tickets, it says, and I quote, on sale date and time are in the works. Please check back. Now,
I mean, the game is in a week.
WPIX 11 in New York did some research. One of the guys who works there, Henry Rosoff, went to a live chat with a New York Knicks ticket representative to ask, hey, what's going on? What's going on with the ticket, with the Knicks Fan First program? Tickets going on sale? Like, do we have an update? Here's the update on the live chat, courtesy of Pix 11. There is no promise this offer will happen.
What?
There is no promise this offer will happen.
What does that even mean?
It means they may not sell you the tickets. It means that...
How can they not sell you the ticket?
I don't know. I don't know where those tickets go. Maybe they're selling it privately, off the books, off the radar. I don't know. But right now, there's no way to buy Knick tickets unless you go to an unauthorized ticket reseller, in which I can tell you as a season ticket holder, I can offer you insight. No one can send you tickets until... I think it's 48 hours before tip or 72 hours before tip. So if you dropped $8,000 on tickets courtesy of SeatGeek or StubHub or TickPick, wherever you went, you're not seeing those tickets until 3 days before the game starts. Like, it's not an official reseller of the Knicks.
So it's Friday then.
Yeah. So I'm not saying be worried, but in a weird way, like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
That would be disconcerting. The last thing you would want is to... Even though it's the official reseller?
No. The official reseller is Ticketmaster. They have not sold any because you're not allowed to yet.
Right. But even if that's what I'm saying, though. If on Friday you decide you want to go to this game on Monday and you're not getting the tickets until, like, how do you make that decision if you don't know if you're getting the ticket or not?
Well, I mean, look, it's up to the individual.
You're likely getting the ticket.
There's worrisome levels to buying the tickets on these other marketplaces just because it's not as straightforward as when someone sells it on the official ticket website.
Yeah, but that almost, like, if you really want to go to this game, how are you getting tickets?
Well, right now, you're in a wait-and-see moment because you don't know if the Knicks are putting tickets on sale. They have not been clear about it. Maybe Craig can call his friend James Dolan and ask, we just want to know. I think the people want to know. I don't want to know. I'm good, but everyone else does. They want to buy tickets. They want to know, are they being put on sale for the Fan First program? Are they being put on sale to the general public? Or are they not doing that? And if that's the case, and they're not
very complicated.
Well, I'm trying to explain it in the best way I can. Here's the basic stuff. They're not sold out in San Antonio. That's a fact.
So
now,
go to San Antonio is what you're saying?
Well, I'm not saying go to. I'm saying it's easier to go to San Antonio right now.
You're guaranteed to get tickets in San Antonio because they're not sold out, and you can actually buy them right now.
And again, when I say they're not sold out, I'm not mocking them. They're not sold out because of dynamic pricing. It's the same reason the Knicks weren't sold out until right before tip-off, because they would change the prices in an extreme way. So this is not about mocking the Spur fans or anything like that. It's just because I said this to you throughout the postseason that the Knicks weren't sold out, this team wasn't sold out, all because the prices changed. So I think those two things are pretty surprising. Like, there's no guarantee the Knicks are putting any tickets on sale. You may have to wait until season ticket holders put it on sale for crazy amounts of money from Ticketmaster. Right. And in San Antonio, they're not sold out. So if you want to go to game one, it's going to be expensive, but I can tell you right now, $750 to get in the door, which doesn't even sound that crazy compared to the Knicks prices.
What's the flight, though?
That's up to you. It's up to the individual. You got to find a flight.
Yeah, that's the point, though. How much is the flight going to cost you?
And then you got a layover and all that.
Can you get to San Antonio directly?
I'm sure you can, but I bet you it's very minimal.
All right, I'll do it for you right now. You want me to book I'm going to go on Orbitz, and I'm going to see what's the flight situation to San Antonio, Texas. And I'll include all the local airports, right?
Texas is frustrating because it's such a long flight.
Exactly.
And you lose an hour.
Yep. And flight prices are up with the gas right now.
All right, so let's say you want to fly in Wednesday and let's say leave on Saturday, right? So you can spend a couple of days there. You get more than one game.
See the Alamo.
Spend some time in Texas.
South by Southwest.
Just drive by. Just slow down.
Just
see the Alamo.
We got a problem, folks. We got a problem.
Why?
First of all, for the cheapest flight right now, leaving LaGuardia Airport at 12 o'clock on Wednesday and landing at 5 o'clock so you give yourself time, the round trip is $780 a person.
I told you.
Yeah.
Don't just pay attention to ticket prices.
And if you want to go nonstop, like you're a nonstop whore, $1,300 round trip.
Okay. So I'll see you at MSG.
Yeah.
So it adds up.
I'll see you on my living room couch.
Well, that's more like it.
Right.
But you know what's crazy? It doesn't add up because even if you drop $1,200 to fly to San Antonio and $800 for a ticket, you're still only at $2,000. We don't know what the get-in price is going to be at the Garden. It could be higher. We have no idea.
Yeah, but you also got the hotel for a couple of days.
Okay, so now we're from $2,000 to $2,800.
Now, how much is a 100-inch new flat-screen TV to put in your home?
It's less than $2,800.
Yeah. So how about just do that to your house?
Obviously, that is an option. I'm merely saying that if you're comparing it to going to Madison Square Garden, there's an unknown about Madison Square Garden. Because I tell people these prices that are out there right now, for the reasons I laid out, I don't know how real they are. Like, you'll know how real they are 24 hours before tip-off when most ticket holders are putting their tickets on sale.
Who does that, though? Who waits until the day before to plan to go to a game? Like, nobody does that.
Well, I think you have no choice nowadays.
Yeah, but there is so much wealth in this city that if you want to go, you want to go.
Yeah, you're
can
not
go waiting for 20 to 24 hours before to decide that you're going to go.
You can go right now and buy a ticket on a resale marketplace. I'm just telling you, you're not going to see your tickets until 72 hours before tip-off. If you don't mind that, then you can go do that.
Yeah, but then you think you're going to get hoodwinked.
Yeah,
I doubt it, but you just feel like it.
It's concerning. Like, I could tell you as someone that has bought tickets and sold tickets, this is just me speaking, I don't deal with the marketplaces that aren't the official partner of the team because it causes me angst. I don't want to deal with that. So, like, for example, I'm a Mets season ticket holder. I do not do well with my Met tickets.
Not this year.
Not this year. Their official ticket partner is SeatGeek. So that's the only place I'd list them when I can't go to a game. I don't screw around. And I'm sure there are Knicks fans who are season ticket holders. If they're not going to the game, they're only going to go to Ticketmaster because that's the official ticket reseller. So you as the buyer can do whatever you want. Just understand the risks that are involved. Just understand the perks and the negatives that are involved. But again, here's the headline. They're not sold out in San Antonio. So if you want to go, it takes 2 punches and a lot of money, and those tickets will be in your Ticketmaster account immediately.
$2,500.
Yeah.
All good.
You don't want to do it?
A person.
You don't want to do it?
A person.
How long's the drive? Have you done that math yet?
Definitely not worth that.
Well, that's the last thing I'm going to look up.
That's got to be 15 hours.
I'm also getting multiple tweets saying that people have attempted to buy these and you were being blocked with your New York and New Jersey address.
Oh, so I haven't taken that step yet.
Okay.
I've seen the tickets available. I've clicked on them to prove that they're real.
Yep.
I have not gone to purchase them. So they're saying that once they get to the purchase point,
people are claiming they've tried to purchase them and they will not. San Antonio will not allow.
So they're doing the geo thing again.
Yeah.
What's that called? Geo blocking?
Geo blocking.
That's unbelievable.
Just get a VPN.
Yeah.
Right.
Does that work?
Yeah, of course.
There you go. Is that legal?
Who cares? Seriously.
By the way, what was your guess on how long it takes to drive to San Antonio?
15 hours.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You want to try again?
28
28?
Very good guess. 27 hours.
What?
Yeah.
28 with a stop at a Cinnabon for gas.
One stop? What are you driving?
Fair point.
Dude, that's multiple stops.
Tiki's going to have to charge the car like 17 times.
I know.
And when you go to the Midwest, you may have a tough time finding those charging stations.
Tesla's everywhere.
Oh, are they?
Tesla chargers.
All right. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Zach is in Staten Island. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Evan, before I drive into the tunnel, let me ask you a question. You've always mocked the Knicks for giving up 5 first-round picks for Bridges. What's it been worth so far? How many of those picks?
For whom? The Knicks or the Nets? What angle are we looking at?
How many picks has it been worth for the Knicks to give up for Bridges thus far?
You're in the NBA Finals. It's been worth every single one of those picks. And I think once you got to the NBA Finals, your aspect in this debate is over. It was worth it. I think once you accomplish that, you tell me if I'm wrong, because you sound like a very not friendly Knicks fan to me right now, but that's okay. Is it worth every pick? Because I would say as an IBO, it's worth every pick. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but what about from the Nets standpoint?
He didn't ask me about the Nets. Did you ask me
Well,
about the
what's
Nets?
your opinion on that? What about their picks? What about their opinion?
You want me to be brutally honest with you, Zach?
Yeah, I do.
If you guys win an NBA championship, it is going to be very difficult to ever live with that trade, no matter what those picks turn into. That is devastating for me and for my community of net fans. So I don't know if
What if he's kind of a non-factor? Does that make it any
doesn't
better?
matter? No, it doesn't matter.
Because he's already contributed.
He's already been a factor.
He's contributed enough to this point.
And that is a debate for net fans because I don't think this involves you guys anymore. Like the aspect of is it worth it for you? It was already and it's over. Yeah. And I think we're all in agreement. I think Knicks fans will say, okay, Ev, we're on the same page. Now, if you want to have a separate conversation with us 554 net fans, I'll have it. And I don't speak for everybody, even though Gary Cohen thinks I'm the only net fan in existence. But I can tell you right now, you win an NBA championship, even if this pick turns into something, one of the picks turns into a star player, it's going to be very tough to live with. It will be very tough to live with the fact that the Nets handed you a real opportunity to win an NBA championship. So I heard it in your voice. You want blood, you want tears. Well, you got what you wanted. I don't know what else you want. I'm a dead carcass on the side of the road. You want to run me over 9 more times? I've been as fair as I can. This trade is now officially a success for the New York Knicks. And for my dumbass franchise, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But since you brought them up,
How does Sean Mark still have a job?
so thank you for that. Michael in Bloomfield, New Jersey. What's up, Michael?
Hey, gentlemen. Good morning. How are we doing today?
All's well.
Good.
Okay, so who's a Knicks fan on this show?
I mean, sort of Tiki, but not me.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tiki, go Spurs, go! I'm a big Spurs fan. Let's go. Spurs are 6.
You just called to get a troll in?
No, I would never do that. I would never do that. But Tiki and Evan, I have a 2-part take for both of you. So Tiki, I want to ask you about the A.J. Brown trade yesterday, and Evan, I want to get to the Met point too before the call ends.
Go ahead.
So, Tiki, the A.J. Brown trade, did New England get better or worse with that? Because I know A.J. Brown I think A.J. Brown wanted out of Philly, but I didn't really expect New England to get him. I thought like maybe somebody else would have gotten him.
I don't know if there were any other real destinations for A.J. Brown.
That was going to offer a first-round pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's 2 years from now.
So I feel like the first part of that question is simple. Did the Patriots get better? Of course they got better.
How did they not get better?
They got significantly better. And if you look at the Super Bowl, and does this make them now a better Super Bowl contender? Not unless they get their offensive line fixed from what it was last year in that Super Bowl, because that's what their hamstring was, and part of that was because of injury. I think part of it was a young quarterback. Even though Drake May had a phenomenal season, was he runner-up in the MVP? I think he was.
He was the runner-up in the MVP. Yes,
he was fantastic. Yep. But they looked exposed in the Super Bowl, and so they definitely got better. But I think there's other issues that they need to address before this team can be truly a Super Bowl contender again.
I want to define this opinion in a way in which it's not left up to interpretation. Mm-hmm. But Drake May last season was second in the MVP voting, as you said. His team won 14 games. They got to the Super Bowl. He threw 31 touchdown passes. He led the league in completion percentage. He led the league in QBR, quarterback rating.
Yes.
I don't know what statistic I need to go by when I say this, but Drake May will never, ever have a season like that again in his NFL career. Now, that happened to Derek Carr, and it happened to Carson Wentz, but you could certainly argue that injury was a main reason for that. But I just have a tough time believing, and he's only 23, and I get it, the future's ahead of him.
Of course.
But I just have a tough time believing, not that he's going to suck, not that he's going to be out of the league, not that he's going to be a backup in 5 years. I just don't think he's ever going to back up what he did in year 2. So I'm struggling to figure out the metric that we can use instead of just arguing about it. Like, well, I think he sucked. I think he was great. And I don't think win-loss record is fair because that's easy for me to say. He's never going to win 14 games in the season again. I mean, 14-3 is not easy. So I'll settle it by saying he'll never have another year in his career in which he'll get and finish in the top 3 in MVP voting. That's how I'll settle it. Is that a fair, I guess, bar? And is that a fair statement that I'm saying that about Drake May 2 years into his NFL career?
So when we start to evaluate quarterbacks like this, the first thing you have to look at is the division. And what's the division competition going to be like?
Now or in the future?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Not talking about in the future. Like,
well,
short-term future, next 3 years. What's the division going to look like?
You've got 2 teams in New York and Miami who are, whatever you want to call it, tanking, rebuilding,
The Jets are a sewer.
They're just in flux.
Yeah.
And there's no certainty about the direction of them either way. So you immediately look at 2/3 of their games in the division. He's likely to have a big advantage.
He's got a good chance to win those games.
He could have outstanding numbers against those teams. And then now you look at the Bills, which is the other team. They have a new head coach, and it's who knows if they're going to still be the same level. It feels like they've hit their ceiling, and that's why they fired their head coach, and they bring in the young head coach. I forget his name now.
Joe Brady.
Brady. They bring in Brady, who has been there, but we don't know what kind of head coach he's going to be. He's never been a head coach. So I feel like New England and Drake May actually have an advantage because the division feels uncertain.
They do, but it still won't happen. I mean, he had a great year last year.
What makes you so certain?
It's
because he has a better wide receiver room right now with Romeo Doubs and A.J. Brown.
I want to answer that honestly because there was nothing during the regular season that made me not believe in Drake May, and it could just strictly be I'm a hater. I hate the Patriots. I think it was the way he struggled in the playoffs and just to feel that I've seen this before with quarterbacks, whether it's Carson Wentz or Derek Carr, where I've seen guys have great years early in their career, and they end up having fine NFL careers.
Right.
But saying Derek Carr or Carson Wentz is an MVP candidate sounds like a foreign language I'm speaking. And that's my point. Not that he's going to lose his job and be out of the league, and that's why I think I settled on the right distinction to grade this. I don't think he's a top 5. I'm going to even go to 5. I'll move to 5.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a top 5 MVP guy ever again.
It's interesting when you look at forget him. Forget what he did with the numbers that he put up because they were pretty impressive.
They were great. I own it.
72% completion percentage. He threw for almost 4,400 yards last year.
Led the league in completion percentage. Led the league in quarterback rating, QBR. I'm not crapping on his year last year. I'm just predicting the future.
But here's what's interesting when you look at it. They didn't have a star wide receiver.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs barely clips 1,000 yards. Right. And then it was tight ends, Kayshon Boutte, who had 500 yards, Mac Hollins, who was kind of like a hybrid, whatever. He had 500 yards. Like nobody was elite. Now he's got 2 really good wide receivers.
I agree.
So I would almost strongly disagree with you.
Okay, strongly disagree. I'll save the audio and I'll dance all over your face every year. Every year I'll play the audio and was he top 5 at MVP? Oh, no? Okay, let's move on.
A.J. Brown's going to get targeted 130 times this year.
I get you.
Romeo Doubs is going to have 90-something targets.
In fairness, I set the bar pretty high. I'm talking about being an elite-level MVP candidate. I'm not saying he's going to be out of the league.
But your comps also, no offense, stink. Derek Carr was a second-round pick that far exceeded his expectations that MVP candidate year. And Carson Wentz tore his ACL.
I know. I
had his backup win a Super Bowl and became a complete mental puddle. Drake May, if he's not drafted in the Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams draft, is the #1 pick in 9 of 10 drafts.
Okay, so you brought up 2 distinct examples, and obviously no situation is the same. He was dreadful in the postseason. How do you know that isn't the mental puddle you just described about Carson Wentz?
Eli was pretty freaking dreadful versus Carolina in his first playoff game and didn't even win the game.
That's
and
fine.
ended up winning 2 Super Bowls.
I get it. I'm making a prediction that's probably not easy to make. So all the facts will be on your side. I'm just telling you. Do you think he'll be let's go back to number 3. I don't want to go to 5.
I think he'll be
top
an MVP
3 MVP voting. Will he ever finish top 3 in MVP voting ever again?
I think he will be an MVP candidate again in his career. So
yeah, I think so.
I mean, 4 or 5 and I lose. Okay,
I think the team is better around him now.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. It's a new tradition around here. Every year when the MVP is announced, I'll play the audio and we'll see who's right.
Okay.
Speaking of anniversaries and playing audio, I have an anniversary for you.
What's that?
1 year ago today on Evan and Tiki. Something was said. I guess we have breaking news before that. Better be good.
I think the Giants have made a pretty significant special team statement that is worthy of breaking the list. They just released Jason Sanders, the kicker from the Miami Dolphins, the former Pro Bowl kicker, meaning they're going Ben Souls versus Dominic Zavada.
Wow.
So they signed him in this offseason. Now they got rid of him?
They got rid of him.
That just goes to show you that any of these signings, what do they mean?
They mean nothing.
They're bringing in just because they have depth. They want depth, and just because you're signed doesn't mean you're actually going to get a chance.
There you go. So Jason Sanders now could sign with the Jets and be a part of our kicking competition. Yeah, glass-worthy, kind of.
As long as Jordan Stout is safe.
It's glass-worthy because it's a pretty big surprise on a day we talked a lot of Giants.
Oh, no, I'm surprised. I mean, when they signed Jason Sanders, you figure he'll still be there.
And also, I did at the end of a break. Let's calm down.
And I think the other reason is the audio I'm about to play makes someone look good, not named Sean Morash. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 year ago today, we were on the air talking about the Knicks' demise because they had just lost to the Indiana Pacers a few days earlier on a Saturday night. It is now Monday. It is June 2nd, 2025. And so I asked our coworker, Tommy Lugauer, to give us a State of the Union address on the New York Knicks upon their loss to Indiana. This was 1 year ago today.
The Knicks' future is very, very bright. They are not going anywhere. They have progressed now. They have taken another step into the Eastern Conference Finals. So there's no reason not to believe that they aren't going to take another step next year. In fact, you like to write things down, don't you, Evan?
I love to write things down, yes.
Right here on June 1st at 2:28.
It's June 2nd, but close.
All right, start over. Right here on June 2nd at 2:28, you could write this one down.
Yeah.
The Knicks are winning the championship next year. It is Knicks in 26. We will bang the drum. And as we stand here a year from now, we will be discussing the Knicks in the finals, and we will all be celebrating the first championship. For most of us, the first one in our lifetime, but for a lot of us, the first in many, many, many years.
Okay, whatever
Knicks
you say.
in 26.
All right. Sounds like a broken man, Teak. I, of course, have to end it that way.
No
biggie. So,
I mean, he was broken.
He was broken.
But he was very convicted that this year was going to be better.
That was the birth of Knicks in 26, and he was right. Here we are a year ago, almost to the exact minute, and we are talking about the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. So, Tommy Lugauer, I give it up to you.
No biggie.
You nailed it. Even though Tiki and I thought you were a very broken man that day, and you probably were.
Losing your mind?
You nailed it.
Are you crazy?
We'll come back with more of your calls at 888-808-1019 and a brand new edition of Posted and Toasted, where Tiki guesses the old tweets of our FAN coworkers. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Before you push harder, understand better. At HSS, performance assessments go beyond standard fitness testing. VO2 max, body composition, movement analysis, and more. Interpreted through a clinical lens to give you a clear, personalized roadmap for performance today and longevity over time. This is where medicine meets movement, guided by expertise from the #1 team in orthopedics. Book your assessment at HSS Hudson Yards. Visit hss.edu/movement to learn more.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Bet365.
With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
The savings are coming! Wow! He showed up just in time.
It's America's 250th birthday. We're celebrating a month early at Nielsen Dodge.
By giving you freedom of choice. Save up to $250 off service. Save up to $250 off accessories.
With leases for $250 or under.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Sport S 4-door 4x4, just $249 a month. Leased with loyalty for just $229 a month.
There's always zero down payment. The credit help you need. More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals. For leases $250 or under, hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
in the driver's seat. Make this the summer event.
With approval, term 36, 24 months, due at sign, everyone 5844 with loyalty 5824. Add tax tag 498 doc and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply. Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Well, Sloman's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. They're now offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant compliance systems expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive 5-year service plan. This includes annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing all of Long Island and Queens, call the team at Sloman's today at 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But hurry, these cool savings won't last. Don't miss out. Call 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. That's ac.slomans.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
With the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepted. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com.
Jet had a glove and a dream in his eyes. Said, Daddy, I'm gonna touch them big league skies. He saw Yankee Stadium lights shining bright. But Evan said, son, let's talk launch angle tonight. He brought out the spreadsheets, stats and the fear. Said your swing path is ugly and your future ain't clear. Jet said, Dad, I'm only 4, can I just have fun? Evan said, not if your OPS is a 101. Daddy killed my big league dream with a bycatch ran and a little league scream. I just wanted dirt stained sunflower seeds. He gave me war charts and emotional needs. Now I'm crying in the outfield, lost in the fog, while Dad yells, you swing like Daniel Vogelback's dog. Oh Lord, it ain't as bad as it seems. Just Evan Roberts crushing his kids' MLB dreams. Jet stepped up to bat with his helmet on wrong. The crowd clapped a lot, but it didn't last long. He took one pitch high, then he took one low. Evan screamed, that's why the Mets can never grow. He said, choke up, Jet, don't embarrass the name. Like Game 7 of T-ball was a legacy game. The coach said, relax, he's still learning the sport. Evan said, this is exactly why we need Cohen and Court. pressure and a scouting advance. Now I'm sitting by the dugout, sad as can be, while Dad yells, even Mark Vientos had better hands than thee. Oh Lord, pour the Gatorade streams. It's Evan Roberts crushing his kids' MLB dreams. Someday Jed might grow up strong, hit a home or prove Dad wrong, but till that day he'll always know his first heckler was his old man in the front row. Daddy killed my big league dream, made Cooperstown feel like a busted scheme. I wanted wiffle balls under a summer moon. He said, son, your exit below peak too soon. Now I'm hanging up my glove at the age of 5. Guess I'll host a Mets pie just to stay alive. Oh Lord, it's a sad country theme. Evan Roberts crushed his kid Jets MLB dream. Evan Roberts crushed his kid Jets MLB dream.
Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. June 1st didn't disappoint in the NFL. We discussed yesterday the Odell Beckham Jr., Braxton Berrios, JuJu Smith-Schuster signings. We talked about earlier Myles Garrett being dealt to the Rams for Jared Verse, a first-round pick and more. And then yesterday, after we got off the air, we got the A.J. Brown news. The Eagles did trade the wide receiver they pretended everything was fine with to New England. The Patriots traded a 2028 first-round pick, though, not the 2027 first-round pick, leaving those breadcrumbs of teams not wanting to deal those picks for next year's draft. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Is that because the draft is supposed to be so loaded that they insisted, I would assume, the Patriots, that we'll give you a first, but it has to be 28, not 27?
That seemed to be the speculation. It said teams are very much clinging on to their first for next year.
How do we know what the 28 draft's going to be? Maybe that'll be better.
But this is how much thought has gone into the 2027 draft. People think it's going to be like otherworldly and not just because of quarterback.
No, I get you. It's kind of what's exciting as a Jet fan. I was just listening to Aaron Glenn during the commercial break as the Jets are going through their OTAs, and I marvel at how boring the Jets are. And that's not even like a negative thing necessarily. Sometimes boring is okay. There's no controversies. There's also, nothing exciting. It's not like they hired John Harbaugh. Right. That would have been exciting, but I'm listening to Aaron Glenn talk about the installs and Geno Smith, and it's like, yeah, okay. All right.
It is kind of boring. There's nothing really to talk about other than Geno Smith.
Right.
And what is your belief? What's your faith? And Geno Smith, that's the one story. Obviously, Breece Hall is there, and they got some talent, obviously, but Garrett Wilson will be healthy, hopefully, this season. They're a non-story.
They really are.
I think that's actually a good thing for the
yes.
It's not even I think. That is a good thing for the Jets.
That's
because
a good thing,
they
yes.
need to fly under the radar and just be good. They don't need to be bombastic and talk about what we're going to do until they start doing it.
2 years ago, it was all about the Jets, and it was over sometimes the dumbest things. Aaron Rodgers may run for vice president, things like that. Now, there's a million things about the Giants. And I talked about it earlier. Some of it's really good, like hiring John Harbaugh. Some of it's debatable, like trading Dexter Lawrence. Some of it's horrible. It's just all over the place. But there's always something. The Giants are headline news. The New York Jets are nothing news. And that could be good. You know, but how everything's defined, though? By winning football games.
Of course.
If the Giants go 4-13, then all of this was a circus. If the Jets go 11-6, then, they moved quietly and carried a big stick. But if the Jets go 3-14, great. They were a non-story. What does that mean? You know who else is a non-story right now? The New York Mets. Haven't even said their name yet today.
I mean,
but I did do a Rico. If you want to hear a breakdown,
they were okay over the weekend.
They lost last night.
Last night they lost.
They had 2 hits and 3 base runners the entire game, and I sat there like a puppy dog
and they
watching.
Still almost won.
They did almost win, but guess what?
Yeah,
almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, very good.
You got that one right.
Thank you very much. And it's time for a brand new edition of the very popular Posted and Toasted.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
Toast it and toast it. In 1, 2, 3. Toast it and toast it. Where Evan finds the treats. Toast it and toast it. Will Tiki guess them right? It's toasted and toasted time.
Posted and Toasted, brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured, visit injurylawyer.com, and Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. Here are the old tweets of our fellow FAN coworkers. Tiki will guess who they are. We've stuck with a theme over the last few weeks, going into the deep, depressing, dark ages of New York Knicks Twitter. So I'm going to give you 3 tweets from the same person, all dark ages Knicks tweets. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is from February 27th, 2014. It's hard not to get warm, fuzzy, and nostalgic feeling whenever Marv Albert does a Knicks game. A few days earlier, who cares about that lucky bounce? Terrible last possession for the Knicks. They are embarrassing to watch. And finally, on November 5th, 2014, the Knicks might literally need Derek Fisher to suit up, or even Walt Clyde Frazier. Who is that very depressed Knicks fan from 2014? Is it Greg Giannotti, Craig Carton, Tommy Lugauer, or Chris Big Mac McMonagle?
I'm going to say that was Tommy Lugauer.
No biggie. That is correct.
Yeah, I could tell because that was pre-positive Tommy.
Pre-positive Tommy?
Positive Tommy would have been much more consistently positive.
That's true.
As opposed to intermittently. Like, what in the hell?
No, during the dark ages of the Knicks, it was very tough to even create positivity. This one's a reaction tweet from October 22nd, 2018. The news had just broken, courtesy of Andrew Marchand, that the Knicks and the Rangers and MSG was banning all Garden personnel from coming on WFAN. A rule that I think still applies unless Craig Carton hosts the show. Yes. I think that's the rule. So in response to that big news dump on October 22nd, 2018, one of our coworkers responded with, "Now I know why I got a dead squirrel in a box instead of that Kevin Knox jersey I ordered." Is that person? What? Is that person Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti, Tommy Lugauer, or Chris McMonagle?
I think that's Gio.
That is correct.
Give it a rest.
Yes,
Give it a rest, bro.
That's his kind of humor.
And it's very funny.
It is very
I
funny.
love it for many reasons. It's not even the dead squirrel thing.
Who would think of a dead squirrel as to use?
My favorite part is just the mentioning of Kevin Knox.
Yes.
Like we forget.
Yes.
He was one of the false hopes.
Yeah.
The false promises.
Look at the 2 picks that went after him.
Yeah, who were the 2 picks that went after him?
I believe Brunson and SGA.
Oh, wow.
Well, not Jalen, but Jalen Brunson was like many rounds late. He was a second-round pick.
Second-round pick. Who the hell? It was somebody involved in this series.
You know, why would you bring it up if you didn't know the answer?
Because it was definitely SGA. I don't know why I thought Brunson, but it's somebody else in the series.
No, hold on.
Brunson was second-rounder.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a second-round
my
pick.
bad. Calm down.
I'm looking it up. I'll clean up your mess. So it was 9th overall in the 2018 draft. Right after Kevin Knox. Good. You know what? You were close. Right after was Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges, sorry.
And right after that was SGA.
Wow. Wow.
That is like very depressing. Very depressing. All right, finally, I got this one. This is a very good one. Are you ready for this one? Hold on a second. Let me find it. I may have lost it for a second. All right, now I got it back. This tweet says, you could pay Phil Jackson $100 million and he wouldn't come near this disaster. Okay? This
Clearly
is
they were
before,
wrong.
Of course, it's a cold take. It was before Phil Jackson was hired in February of 2013. You could pay Phil Jackson $100 million and he wouldn't come near this disaster. So 2 things. The guy was very wrong, and Phil Jackson, which turned out to be a terrible error. Is that person Craig Carton, Boomer Esiason, Tommy Lugauer, or Greg Giannotti?
That's Boomer.
3 for 3.
You're a schmuck.
Yeah.
Wow, that is Boomer Esiason.
That's a troller.
What do you mean that's a troll?
That's a troll statement.
I don't think it's trolling. I think it's him being like, dude, this guy's not coming here.
That's him being trolly. That's my take on that.
What?
Because I can hear Boomer saying, hey, why would Phil Jackson come here? He's not. I couldn't pay him $100 million to come here.
I mean, it wasn't really a crazy opinion to have because of the fact that, like, they were a disaster. And I think at the time, before Phil Jackson got the job, there was this sense that he would never come here, but Knicks fans wanted to hire him strictly because, you know, he's Phil Jackson. And because he's this great coach, he'd be the guy that would turn things around.
Well, yeah, but he wasn't coming here to be the coach.
No, but as an executive, there's still that belief that maybe he could be the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, but he wasn't coming to be the coach.
I'll tell you.
That's all you needed to know.
No, I agree. And it turned out to be a disaster. Like Phil Jackson and Knick history is a disaster. Boomer Esiason has 2 tweets that are associated with Knicks front office moves that are kind of incredible. One was one of the original tweets ever in Posted and Toasted, was when Boomer commented. Now, I'll find it because I actually tweeted it out the other day at somebody that was taking a shot at my dear friend Boomer Esiason. And I defended him by showing how he had the foresight on Leon Rose. So here's the tweet. This was one of the original Posted and Toasteds a long time ago. Boomer Esiason on June 30th, 2013, literally tweeted, with Andrea Bargnani coming to the Knicks and also being represented by Leon Rose, why not just make Leon Rose the GM and save some dough?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's
7
prescient.
years.
Wow.
7 years later, he not only becomes the team president, he's the savior.
Yes.
So Boomer did the opposite with Phil Jackson.
Why?
Where he said there's no way he's
But why
coming.
would he have thought that?
Because they kept hiring Leon Rose. They kept signing Leon Rose clients. And so the joke was, screw it,
but
just
was
make
Leon
him.
Rose on track to make that jump?
No. It would be like, I'll give you an example. If the Mets kept signing Scott Boras guys and were like, just make Scott Boras the general manager. Like, why are we even messing around?
Yeah.
And then the Mets announced 3 years later, we're naming Scott Boras as our GM. Remember, they did it with Brody Van Wagenen years earlier.
Right.
So it was a sensible, sarcastic opinion. But Boomer has this incredible ability to get something so wrong and then also so right.
Yeah. But I don't think he was saying he was going to be the general manager. He was just speculating.
It doesn't matter. You got to give it to him. And finally, let me give you an Odell tweet. This is from October 16th, 2016.
Sean Morash.
Odell, nobody cares about that stupid net gimmick you keep working. Is that person
Sean Morash.
Sean Morash?
Sean Morash.
Evan Roberts?
Nope.
Al Dukes?
Definitely
or
not.
Greg Giannotti?
Sean Morash.
Is that what you said? You
bitch.
That is incorrect. That is not true. Sorry about that. You want to try it again?
Al Dukes.
Al Dukes is...
When you get back from Mars, call us,
Correct.
okay?
That was an Al Dukes one. Odell, nobody cares about your stupid net gimmick.
I love the net gimmick.
Why, you liked it at the time?
I was at that game. That game is near and dear to my heart. Odell Beckham Jr. rips his helmet off and stares right at me in the front row of the end zone.
Get out. He was not looking at you.
That was the only time I sat front row at a Giant game in my life. Odell rips his helmet off, and I'm on camera. I'm right there. I mean, looking at me and one of 8 other people.
There's film of this?
Yeah, it exists on the game broadcast. I was trying to go back and rewatch the game yesterday to find it.
You got to pull that, man.
I need video evidence.
Me too.
Only time in my life I sat front row at a game. I love that game, and that's the kicking net game. That's why I love the net gimmick.
So did they win that game?
Yes,
Who'd
and
they
almost
play?
lost.
I don't remember.
Baltimore Ravens and John Harbaugh coaching in his 9th season.
Huh?
How about that?
That's crazy. Yeah, I thought those gimmicks, I remember defending him a lot. My only issue with Odell back in the day, if we go all the way back in the day, is I thought Tom Coughlin was almost like so checked out that he didn't come out harder on him during the Josh Norman stuff. Like, I thought that Tom needed to...
You almost forget about that.
Yeah,
That's my number...
That was like the end of Coughlin, that game.
Yeah, and I felt that way. And I remember, you feel dirty about it, but you come on the radio and you're like, look, two Super Bowls.
Don't let him back on the field.
Yeah, Tom, you got to step up. And the opinion I had at the time, and I don't know if this is true, it's just the sense I had was Tom was like, I'm done with this. Now, I know he wasn't because he still wanted to coach. He didn't want to leave the Giants. He wanted another job after that. But the way he didn't, like, when Tom was coaching you guys, would he have allowed that to happen?
No, you wouldn't have played.
Yeah.
You're becoming a distraction, first of all, to the team, but also you're not focused on being a football player right now. You just want to fight Josh Norman. What does that help in any way or capacity?
You know what just hit me?
What's that?
Odell Beckham Jr. had been around for so long and has such a long history with the Giants. He was coached by Tom Coughlin.
Yeah.
Doesn't that kind of like jump out at you?
Yeah, think of the 5 coaches that have been since then.
Yes.
That's really what's crazy about it.
That's crazy.
Now, most of them were only a couple of years, but...
You and Odell Beckham were coached by the same guy.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
That's just a testament to the longevity of Tom Coughlin.
Yes, and Odell Beckham's old.
True.
I think we can combine all of those things together.
Somebody in his draft class signed a pretty nice deal leaving his former team this time with a new team this year.
Yeah, but you know
Mike Evans.
why that's
Oh,
interesting?
yes, Mike Evans.
What Evan's talking about?
Yep.
Is that I'm almost 20 years older than Odell.
Right.
And we were coached by the same guy.
And you were coached by the same guy. That's when you start to say, whoa, that's some weird stuff. Let's go to Scott up in Hamilton. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
All's well.
Doing well. What's on your mind?
Hey, I need you guys to check your Twitter when you get a chance. You know why the Spurs can't sell their tickets?
Why is that?
Because they're actually banning people that sell their tickets on the secondary market.
No, but they're not doing that through an official. Oops, I almost tripped. They're not doing it through an official ticket reseller. What?
No, I get it. But
So then
the
why are you
problem
saying
is
it?
that not only they're banning them for this, like they're refunding them, and they're actually canceling their next year's season tickets.
No. But here's where I think you're mistaken. Yeah, they are doing that, but they're doing it with unauthorized ticket resellers. Ticketmaster is an authorized ticket reseller. So you are allowed legally as a Spurs season ticket holder to sell your tickets through Ticketmaster, and that's all I'm looking at. So your point is true, and I brought that up earlier, but that's not involving Ticketmaster, and that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I've been describing to the audience. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, Evan, but I mean, I don't get how. I get it, and I don't get it. Where you should be allowed once you buy those tickets, they should be your tickets. I get whatever terms in my head.
No, I agree with you. And like the way the Knicks and the Mets and all the teams around here do it is it's more difficult. So I'll use myself as an example, and I won't use the Knicks. I'll use the Mets again. SeatGeek is their provider.
Yeah.
I can sell my tickets, my Met tickets, anywhere I want. It's just more difficult. Like, if I sell them through StubHub, I have to put barcodes in. It's like a process. Through SeatGeek, it's automatic.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's already set up for you to resell.
I like that because what they're telling you is we clearly prefer you to sell it this way, and we're going to make it easy for you. You're legally allowed to sell it a different way, but if you do, get ready to jump through hoops. And I'm the kind of guy that doesn't really want to jump through hoops. And so I agree with your sentiment that it's not right what the Spurs are doing. But my point is, through the official reseller of the San Antonio Spurs and the Knicks, which is Ticketmaster, there are tickets available for Game 1 and Game 2 through the Spurs and through the resale market. That has nothing to do with the story that came out that they're banning people from selling it from other places.
Right. That story is out, but Sean was getting it via social media, right? From
people
some
random
from
account,
New York or New Jersey or Connecticut, wherever, outside of probably the state of Texas, aren't allowed to buy tickets.
Well, that's different. That's the geofencing that the Spurs are doing and a lot of teams are doing.
Yeah.
Geofencing.
That's what it's called.
Right.
Yeah. That's complete. It's a different element. That's them trying to protect from other people coming into their building.
Right.
Which, yes, they're doing. In terms of are you allowed to buy tickets anywhere else? You can. And they're not going to geofence you. SeatGeek ain't going to geofence you. They're just like, give us the most money. We don't care if you're from.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Could be from Antarctica.
We're taking a percentage. She'll drive up the price. We don't care.
Exactly. Mike in Saddlebrook. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, so I will be in the building for Game 2.
Wow.
We are flying out Friday morning. We land in San Antonio at 10 a.m., and we're staying the weekend out there, my fiance and I.
So how did you get the tickets? Did you do it through Ticketmaster, somewhere else? How'd you get Game 2 tickets?
So, long story short, I was on when the Spurs opened up their pre-sale on Ticketmaster. I got geo-fenced out or whatever. And what I tried to do is I tried to buy a resale ticket on Ticketmaster resale, which was also restricted because of the location.
Wow.
So I had to call one of my buddies who lives in Austin, and I had him get me the tickets.
There you go.
And then he transferred them over to me.
There you
Dude,
go.
you're the best. Hey, and by the way, I'm so glad you made that phone call.
Who has friends in Texas? That's the challenge.
Well, here's what I don't know, and this is a very interesting question. If you have a friend in Florida, are they allowed to buy tickets? Like, is the
That's a good
geofencing
question.
specifically to our area,
But if
or
it-
is it
well,
you need to be in the state of Texas?
I think if I was the San Antonio Spurs, I would geofence, obviously New York, the tri-state area, Florida, because there's so many transplanted
Right.
New Yorkers,
North Carolina, Pennsylvania,
probably
Jersey,
the majority of the East. I would geofence the East Coast.
the whole East Coast.
Seriously, because you're going to get a ton of Knicks fans that are trying to do the same thing.
I think you need to timestamp yourself with an accompanied picture of you in Spurs gear from 6 months prior to the finals.
But he laid out how you get around the fencing.
Yeah.
If you want to go through Ticketmaster. Because obviously, again, like if you go through SeatGeek or another provider, you don't need any of that.
Yes.
You just need to have a friend who's got a credit card somewhere else, preferably in Texas, which is not easy. Like if I needed to buy something in the state of Texas, I don't think I know anybody in Texas. I'm thinking about it right now. I don't think I know anybody.
I got some friends down there.
Do
I
you?
can do it.
Yeah, so you could pull it off. That sucks, man, though. It really
I
does.
just don't want to fly to Texas.
No, I know. And look, he's having a good time with his fiance. I hope he has a great time down there, except they don't win. Let's go to Jason on Long Island. What's up, Jason?
Hey, how's it going? Evan, I actually want to get your opinion. So on July 16th, Aaron Judge is going to be on the Fanatic Roommate podcast with Brunson and with Hart.
Right.
And I was wondering, what do you think would be the ramification whether we won or lost the finals in the conversation with Judge and, obviously who the King of New York is and all that? And also, do you think that Juan Soto would ever be on the Roommate podcast?
I don't see why not. I don't know.
Why would he? Of course he would.
I would almost lean towards yes, because now there's a connection between Juan and Jalen Brunson. Remember, Soto did, if you guys missed it, a couple days ago, or now it's a week ago, Soto did the Jalen Brunson celebration when he hit a home run. And then after the game to the crowd said, let's go Knicks. He was into it. So I could totally see that happening. If they want to have a discussion, it sounds like Juan Soto is certainly into the Knicks run. The ramifications of the King debate. Look, we all know that if the New York Knicks win an NBA championship, even someone as pig-headed as Sean Morash is going to have to bow down and recognize and acknowledge his king, which would be Jalen Brunson. I mean, you can't move the goalposts away from an NBA championship, right, Sean?
Evan?
Please don't.
It's only the 14th time, and I'm not going to say it for a 15th time, that I'm going to say this in the last 2 weeks. If Jalen Brunson wins a championship, he's the king of New York. He's brought a parade to the city.
You bald bitch.
And it's been 15 years.
Yeah. You asked me for a 15th time to say the same thing I keep saying, I'm decking you in the face.
The problem is you also said by going to the NBA Finals he would be king, and then you changed your opinion.
I said it because I got tired of you nagging.
Okay.
You don't stop with
so
the clip.
Because you change your opinions all the time.
And it doesn't matter because the Yankees are winning the World Series this year anyway, so Judge just gets the throne right back.
Okay, and that's a new debate, by the way, if the Yankees do win the World Series. But my point is, I don't think Jalen Brunson and Aaron Judge and Josh Hart are going to necessarily bring it up. Now, I think it's possible that Josh Hart is a crap starter. So is it possible that Josh says to Aaron Judge or Jalen Brunson, who's the king of New York? And knowing both guys, they would acknowledge the other one as the king of New York.
They're very humble.
No, so you ask the question differently.
How do you ask it?
You ask the question, you have to advocate for yourself as king of New York.
Oh, jeez.
Tell me why. Why are you the king of New York?
And Jalen Brunson says, I didn't drop a ball in Game 5 of the World Series.
You already know.
You just got to just tout your own resume. But you have to that's the question. And it's a casual podcast. It's amongst friends, so it doesn't sound like it's bombastic or loud. But you can't ask the question, well, which one of you two is the king of New York? Make your story for why you're the king of New York.
Yeah, and they wouldn't even do that because, jokes aside, they're very humble guys. Like Aaron Judge would say, you're the guy, I'm trying to get what you just accomplished, which is a parade and a championship, and then Jalen will put Aaron Judge over. So it would be one giant love fest.
Imagine Brunson drops a pass for a bad turnover in these finals and they lose the game as a result.
Is that what you're hoping for?
Then how do we judge that Judge Brunson thing?
Well, I think let it play out. I mean, if Jalen Brunson has a horrible NBA Finals, is the discussion different? It could be. But I don't think anyone thinks that's going to happen. Do you actually think? Jalen Brunson didn't shoot well from three in the Eastern Conference Finals. We talked about that and how if you even it out with Landry Shamet, it comes out to about 42% because Landry made up for the lack of three-point shooting from Jalen. I don't think any of us think Jalen Brunson's going to have a bad series.
No.
And a part of that's the nature of the sport.
Yeah.
I think in baseball, it's easier to go 2 for 12.
He's going to win the MVP of the series. I think that's probably the most likely.
Well, I think if the Spurs win the NBA title, Wemby is the overwhelming favorite to be the MVP. And if the Knicks win, it's not quite as overwhelming because Cat's a factor.
Yeah.
But it's overwhelming.
For Jalen Brunson.
Yes, for Jalen Brunson. But not as overwhelming as Wemby.
I could see Cat, though. I could see Cat winning the MVP. Just taking over. And it's ultimately going to come down to who scores. Who's the biggest scorer for each team over the course of the series. But that tells you it's Jalen Brunson. But I could see Cat winning the MVP.
We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And now that it's finally over, all the quarterbacks have signed. We'll check in quickly with our results of quarterback bingo from back when we were predicting it back in March. It's Evan and Tiki until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Andersen windows patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track, and with Rama Rewards for Pros, earn up to 2% back plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for Pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
With star receiver A.J. Brown traded to the New England Patriots, it feels like the clock is ticking on Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. No excuses now with A.J. Brown shipped to New England. Philly has spent a lot of resources improving the pass catchers, including drafting Mekhi Lemon in the first round. Hurts has no guaranteed money after this year. This stands to be a make-or-break season for the former Super Bowl MVP. I'm Nick Costos.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Mostly sunny, high 78.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Argentina is trading at 9.5% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,053 if they win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prizes, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Craving amazing quality meats and seafood without the crazy high price tag? Wild Fork Foods has you covered. With over 600 meat and seafood options, Wild Fork Foods delivers high-quality proteins at unbeatable prices. Stock up on everyday favorites, like sausages starting at just $3 a pound and chicken leg quarters for only $1.84 a pound. Looking for something extraordinary? They've got globally sourced and exotic selections too. Shop at one of their Long Island, New York, and New Jersey locations or visit wildforkfoods.com today.
As a part of the North to Shore Festival, don't miss 5-time Grammy-nominated Joe Bonamassa live in concert on June 28th at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Every show is a new experience with blues rock titan Joe Bonamassa. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Joe Bonamassa live in concert at NJ Pack on June 28th.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey, New Jersey, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $346 million. Who couldn't use a little extra money in their pockets? Get your ticket today. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Yeah! Noon 06 here on the Fan. Evan and Tiki. We are sitting with you. How many hours now before game one of the NBA Finals? Let's go 24 plus 8.5. 32.5 hours before game one of the NBA Finals, the rematch of 1999, the rematch of the NBA Cup, the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks.
Yeah, great. By the way, thanks for that offer to go watch the watch party. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I asked Sean if he wanted to go to the Garden tomorrow night to watch the watch party. So
I'd rather only use one ply the rest of my life than go to that watch party.
So I got an email from the Knicks saying, hey, we're opening up Madison Square Garden for a watch party. I'm not the only one. I think if you bought Knick tickets at any point, you probably got the email. So I clicked on the link thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go to the Garden. I was 117,000th online in the queue. That's how many. Yes. So when you log in and you're like trying to buy tickets, they put you in a queue. On that line, I was 117,000.
So you need to buy tickets to go to this thing.
Yes.
So it's not just hey, come join us. We'll have the concessions open.
If
you have to buy tickets.
You buy the tickets. I think they all go to charity, so it's a great
okay.
cause. It's not overly expensive unless that's changed for the finals. And so I was thinking of going. I clicked on the link, and once I saw
Why
it was
would you go? You're not even a Knicks fan.
Hey, listen, Big Show Bob, I'm there. I'm going to be at Game 3 and maybe go to a watch party while I'm at it.
Are we going to talk about the watch party?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Why?
Watch parties can become a part of the event because do you remember when Pete Alonso hit that home run against the Brewers? A part of the story was the reaction at Citi Field at the watch party.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Or wherever you were.
It's a small part of the story. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's the lead part.
No,
but
it is wherever you were because I remember that was on a plane.
Yeah.
When that happened.
There you go. You always want to have boots on the ground. Now, we can't be perfect at it. Can't be at every single game. But, yeah, I was thinking about it. But then when I saw I was 117,000th online.
No, thank you.
I also said I'm out. Let someone else enjoy the fun. But if you go all the way back to March, so we're talking about, I guess that's 2 months ago now, at the beginning of the NFL free agency period, we played a game around here called Quarterback Bingo. We took the 7 prominent quarterbacks, not based on being stars, but guys that we care about, and we predicted where they would end up. Well, it's all been completed. So today, on June 2nd, in the quiet before the storm of the NBA Finals, I figured now's a perfect time to check in on how we did. So let's start things off with Zach Wilson. Do you remember Zach Wilson?
Yes, of course.
Do you remember where?
How could I not?
Do you remember where he signed? By the way,
I don't.
Zach
was
Wilson
in Miami last year.
Correct. Zach Wilson.
Over. Where is he now?
He signed with the New Orleans Saints, and so because Zach Wilson is a part of New York football history, we decided to include him on the list. So let's start it off with me, Evan Roberts. Evan, where is Zach Wilson going to go? Well, you don't have that one, Sean? I sent all of them.
I know. This is why I'm looking. I only have Zach Wilson, Tiki, Zach Wilson, Moorish.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll tell you, I picked the San Francisco 49ers, so I was wrong. Tiki Barber, where is Zach Wilson going to go?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Incorrect. Sean Morash, where is Zach Wilson going to go?
Zach Wilson is going to the CFL.
I was close.
That's a good guess. All right, so none of us got that right. Aaron Rodgers. Now, there was always that thought of, is he still going to play football? Let's start things off with Sean Morash. Sean, where's Aaron Rodgers going to go?
Aaron Rodgers is going to the Vikings.
Incorrect. Obviously, Aaron stayed with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm now laughing because my sound quality is me recording this in the waiting room of Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios.
Good job out of you. That's commitment to the show. You wanted to be involved. Tiki Barber, where is Aaron Rodgers going to go?
Retirement.
100 different hands on my body.
All right.
I was a year off.
You were.
He announced his retirement today.
Essentially.
This year.
Essentially,
This year.
but I don't know until he retires.
Right.
All right, so far we're over. How about me, Evan Roberts? With all that said, I think he's going back to the Steelers. Yes! All right. One for the good guy. Let's go to Kirk Cousins. As you recall, Kirk Cousins signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. He's going to be the adult in the room for Fernando Mendoza. Sean Morash, where's Kirk Cousins going?
I think Kirk Cousins is going to be a Jet.
Incorrect. Tiki Barber, where's Kirk Cousins going? Kirk Cousins. Well, you already said it.
You already know what I'm saying.
You know where I got Kirk Cousins going?
Where?
The Miami Dolphins. That's an interesting guess.
Yeah.
So Tiki had said Jets. I said Miami Dolphins.
Okay, got it.
So
Because I
0-4.
had been saying Jets for a long time.
Now you did.
Then I thought he was the best fit for them.
You did. And by the way, I heard rumors that so did Aaron Glenn. And that Darren Muji was the one that overruled him. That's just a rumor. I don't know how true that is. I could call the Jets, but they would just lie to me. So I'm not going to waste that phone call. I'm just going to say, yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Let's go to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson announced, and he was the final one on this. He decided to go to the CBS desk. Where did Russell Wilson go?
Nope.
You don't have that one?
We have Malik Willis, Tua, and Kyler left.
All right, I'll find that for you. Let's go to Tua Tua. Where's Tua going? Let's start it off with Sean Morash.
All right.
Tua, with the other lefty, will be the backup to Michael Penix with the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow. That's correct.
That's impressive, Sean.
That's very impressive because Tua did go to the Atlanta Falcons. That's very, very impressive.
Tua Tagovailoa.
All right. Let's go to Tiki Barber.
I have him going to the Washington Commanders.
Washington Commanders was your guess. Okay, incorrect. How about me? Can you imagine Tua and Michael Penix? I have Tua going to the Atlanta Falcons. Nice! You copied me.
Yeah,
and I have Russell Wilson here. So let's start off with me. Where is Russell
Wilson is coming home. The Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I remember saying that. That was such a good guess. I thought that was like really good in theory. It didn't happen. Let's see what Tiki said.
Who you got? Or where you got? CBS desk. He never plays again? CBS desk.
Damn!
Hey guys, Russell here.
Wow!
That's the best guess of all of them.
That's really impressive. At least with ours, we have 32 teams. You went specific.
That's what I was going to say. He didn't pick Amazon.
He went CBS desk. Let's see what Sean Morash said about this.
Is that it? Russell Wilson, as Ciara remodels herself as a country artist, will go join Brian Dable in Tennessee to back up Cam Ward.
All right, not a bad idea. So far, if you're keeping score at home, I've got 2, Sean has 1, and Tiki has 1.
I have a 1 with a bonus.
What do you mean with the? Oh, because of the CBS part?
Kind of does. Man. That's incredible.
You know
Get
what?
the network right too.
We'll call that the tiebreaker. If you finish tied with me or Sean, that's a tiebreaker.
Okay, perfect.
Fair enough?
Perfect.
All right, we got two more left.
Yes.
So you need to get, let's see. Let's go to Kyler Murray.
All right, the Kyler Murray, you and Tiki are combined here.
Let's hear it.
Kyler Murray goes to Minnesota.
Son of a bitch.
You think the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it. All right, so I'm still ahead of you by one. All right, Sean, where's Kyler Murray going?
Kyler Murray is going to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, you're dead now. All right, so it's 3 for me, 2 for Tiki, 1 for Sean. Let's end it with Malik Willis. Sean, where's Malik Willis going?
Malik Willis is going to be a Dolphin.
All right, you got 2. Let's see. Now, if I get Malik Willis right, it's over because I'm 1 ahead of you. Evan Roberts, where's Malik Willis going?
Arizona Cardinals.
Damn it! For the win.
Still hope.
If Tiki correctly says Dolphins, he wins the 2026 edition of Quarterback Bingo. If he says anybody but the Dolphins, I win. Sean, who are you rooting for?
Tiki, you've annoyed me.
Tiki, where is Malik Willis going? Malik Willis will end up with
Miami.
Damn it!
Wow.
Victory has been attained.
Wow.
Look at that.
How about the baseball guy getting the football stuff right?
All right, good job. So of the 7 that we picked, I got 3 right, you got 3 right, but won the tiebreaker, and Sean got 2 right. So there's your edition of Quarterback Bingo 2026. Let's go to Travis in the Bronx. Hey, Travis.
Gentlemen, what's going on? How are you?
All's well.
Not bad. What's on your mind?
So, quick question. How much do you think that Brunson, Hart, and Bridges, their experience, having played, 2 pretty deep final runs in college and winning the tournament, how much of that continuity and just being able to play under pressure and knowing each other and how to kind of calm each other down and regulate some of the tension, does that play a factor in a series like this because the Spurs are so young? And
yeah, I mean, look, it's definitely an advantage for the Knicks because, well, first of all, they've played together for multiple seasons now in the NBA. So forget the Hall going back to the college experience, but I think there's a bond that exists when you meet somebody or you play with somebody in college, and you happen to have that same relationship in the NFL. Like, for instance, I played with Charles Way at Virginia. He was the fullback when I came to the New York Giants as well. So it's just a familiarity with the guy. And so is it an advantage? I don't think necessarily. I think more the advantage is the continuity they've had because they've been together for 3 years now. In the Knicks.
That's the advantage they have. Right. They are a veteran team who has suffered playoff failure together.
Right.
And that is a point I have made for 5 months now about the Knicks, Detroit, San Antonio, a lot of different examples where I think it matters in the NBA. Now, I have been proven mostly, if not partially, wrong on this in terms of the Spurs. I never thought the Spurs were going to get here because of the lack of experience that they had. They did it. They deserve a lot of credit. In a way, I was proven right about Detroit. Never believed in them all season long. Never thought we'd even see Knicks against the Pistons, partially for that reason. The Knicks are the opposite of those two teams. They have the experience, and we've seen that in the NBA that whether it's Denver winning a championship or Boston winning a championship or Indiana getting to an NBA Finals or now the Knicks getting to an NBA Finals, you got to lose before you win. Mm-hmm. And I love that about the Knicks. And I continue to go back and forth on a prediction. Right now, all the experts are coming out with their predictions. Charles Barkley's picking this. Adam Shine's picking that. The ESPN desk is saying this. Every host at this radio station has already basically declared it's the Knicks, which I understand. They're Knicks fans and they're very excited. I go back and forth because that experience does matter. Like, it's a big deal. And so when you ask, hey, does it help them? Of course it helps them.
Right.
I don't think playing in a national championship necessarily helps them.
Only thing that
it was a long time ago.
The only thing that helps is that you're like family to one another, but that doesn't mean anything come NBA championship time.
I think the only guys in this series that are Harrison Barnes has played in NBA Finals. I'm just trying to think of guys that have played in NBA Finals. OG Anunoby didn't. Let's make that clear.
Right.
He was not.
He was on the team.
He was hurt.
He got the ring, but he was hurt.
So OG's not one of those guys.
That's with Toronto, by the way.
Jordan Clarkson has. Yep. Mikal Bridges has. In San Antonio's front, in terms of rotation players, they don't have anybody. They're a very young team. Mm-hmm. How much does that matter? I mean, I mean, a little bit.
If they're better and Wemby is a freak, then it won't matter at all.
Right.
But I think experience when trying to play the same team over and over and over again for the ultimate title it's a big deal. So,
I'm sorry. There's somebody on hold. They just got on hold, so I apologize. This person's going to skip the line. But I say this, while I try to be fair about skipping lines with callers, the subject line needs to be addressed immediately. So instead of spoiling it, Rick in Queens, the floor is yours. What issue are you running into?
Okay, Tiki, you're my guy. You know that when you get your gold jacket, we promise we're hanging out together, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you're my guy. Here's the deal. Wifey has wifey's friend who's been a friend of hers for a long time, went to school. Her knucklehead husband decided to pass away, and they're having the funeral tomorrow night.
Oh no.
Okay, no. Teak, this is bad because the friend has wifey reading the eulogy. And I'm like, I am too through. I cannot do this. So I told her, look, I'm not going. I mean, he specifically decided to die when the Knicks are going to play this game. Tiki. And then I told her. She's like, no, there's no reason that you can give me, and you can't give me a reason because it's a basketball game. And I told her, I said, listen, here's a very good reason. When I die, he's not coming to my funeral. Why do I have to go to his? So Tiki, you are my guy. Remember,
Rick, were you boys with him?
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
No, this is her friend that she's been friends with for. I mean, we've hung out a couple of times.
Okay, so you'll be supportive when you come home.
No, okay, T, she's going to kill me. Listen. Here's the deal. But you're my boy. You're like my best friend, T. But here's the deal. I know the funeral. No, wait a second. I know the funeral home. Okay, the place where they have it. I know they're Giants fans. So, Teak, you're my best friend in the world. Okay. What you need to do is you need to call the funeral home and tell them to cancel the funeral.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. We'll get that done. You got to go to the funeral, don't you? Aren't they early?
I was going to say,
I think what he's inferring is more of the wake tomorrow night.
So it's the wake.
He's using the word funeral. It's the whole thing. It's the wake. People give speeches that last night before they close the casket kind of deal.
They got to move it up. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I hate to be.
Hold on. My experience with wakes is that you're kind of in and out.
But if it's your best friend and you're speaking, like he said, his wife has to.
He's not speaking.
Yeah, but his wife
is. And his wife is saying you got to be supportive of him.
Honey, good luck to you. I know you'll do great. I know you love this family, and it's tragic and sorry, but good luck.
I love how he distanced himself. Right. A couple times you hung out.
I love. He's like, he decided to drop dead right before the finals. That selfish bastard.
No, I think you give the speech at the funeral.
Okay, so I just went through this with a family. Yes, you're right. You have like the prayer speeches in church. But a lot of times at the wake, like the last night before they close, like the coffin, there's like two people that step up, and that's like more of like the personalized work.
I thought wakes were always you just paying your respects to the family.
The normal people do, but the tight-knit group, there's always a couple people who say like really nice, long-winded speeches at the end that are for like the core audience.
I guess I'm not up on the death rituals.
We've gone too far, by the way.
And remember,
dig a hole.
He wants you to call the funeral home and have it canceled.
What about wheeling in a TV? Wouldn't that be better for him?
I mean, yeah. I got to go to the bathroom, honey. I'll be right back.
I think what he has going for him is that it's game one of the NBA Finals. Like, Mamdani did that whole bit where they made the start time of bedtime later for the kids. Sean's got a softball game. They literally changed the start time of the softball game
My daughter's
so people can get back in time for game one.
Last game of the year, they moved it up a half an hour to make sure everybody's home for game one.
Yeah, so this is so common. This is not like me needing to see a Met-Mariner game at a specific time and no one cares.
Well, the world cares. Here's what Rick needs to find out. If the funeral home is Giant fans, as he said.
Yes.
Maybe they're also Knicks fans.
I would think everybody
and
is.
so they don't need me to call. They will just cancel it themselves.
I think they should on their own.
Yes. Or start it early so that people can get home before the
Yeah,
next
there's
game.
your simple answer.
Start it at 6
Like,
o'clock.
We have to admit, I admit this as someone that is not enjoying this run, like one of the few, but we're like a close-knit community, those who hate this. We're the defiers. We're the agitators of the Knicks run. Everyone's paying attention to it, and life is being impacted because of it.
Yes.
Things are changing because of it. So a funeral, yeah, push it up an hour and a half. Simple as that. More of your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. Sean's got a very popular Cinco de Luncho. And is it truly possible that Mitchell Robinson won't play tomorrow night in San Antonio? We'll explore. Contractors. Oh, no, I'm past that. Hold on one second. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama's Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurements to installation. And when you shop in-stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
I'm always incredibly busy, and juggling life and being on the go has its challenges. But feeling safe and knowing my family is safe when I'm not with them is so important. It's why we turn to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into our home. A smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that is manageable right from my phone. The best thing about it is all the garage doors, the lighting, even the door locks happen to be controlled when you turn on the alarm. So if you forget to lock a door before you turn on the alarm, it locks automatically. The Sloman's technicians are phenomenal at giving you exactly what you need inside your home and customize it exactly to your needs. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman's Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There's so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Hey, it's Greg Giannotti from Boomer and Geo here for North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, everyone knows someone worrying about control problems, especially at night. And for many, the store brands don't get the job done. They leak. It's time to try North Shore at northshore.com. Their team of experts will send out samples that stay dry 3 times longer than store brands. Switch to North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers, so your loved ones can live with the freedom and dignity they deserve. That's North Shore Adult Diapers at northshore.com and focus on life, not leaks.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Hi, it's Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. 15 years, 15 million shirts sold, and we're still the best in the game, which means Untuck It also has the best gifts for Father's Day, now on sale. He'll love to unwrap wrinkle-free cotton to save him time in the morning, performance stretch styles he never has to iron, polos for golf, and more, all perfect for the summer. Shop our Father's Day sale going on now at untuckit.com or at one of our 80-plus stores nationwide. Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Rutgers football is just around the corner. Your Scarlet Knights return to Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Rutgers Nation, this is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping.
Plus, the return of the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun before all Rutgers home football games. Free rides, games, prizes, and more. Plus, New Jersey's best local food trucks. It's free family fun that's all at the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun. Rutgers football's back in Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Fun is in the driver's seat at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want, with 0 down payment available, plus the credit help you need. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. Make this the summer event.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
This is the Game of the Week report, brought to you by Hyundai.
It's final season across the pro sports landscape. In these best-of-7 championship series, the top teams in basketball and hockey will face off with the title at stake. While both series are shaping up to be some of the most anticipated matchups in years, the biggest storyline is New York's return to the finals for the first time since 1999.
The Game of the Week report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent, the future stars who are already turning heads at age 14. Because next doesn't wait for an invitation, and neither do we. Hyundai has always moved the future within reach. We did it when we made advanced safety standard on every vehicle and engineered EVs with ultra-fast charging capability. And we're still doing it every day. Because the future isn't some far-off concept. It's already here. Next starts now. Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. As we do get set for the NBA Finals, we did get sad NBA news yesterday. Hall of Fame coach Rick Adelman passed away at the age of 79. Adelman, 10th all-time in wins in NBA history.
Yeah, very sad news indeed. We got a lot coming up. We'll get back to your calls in a little bit, including the possibility that Mitchell Robinson and this injury, which has kind of evolved over the last few days, may preclude him from playing in Game 1. More on that in a few minutes, but first, it is Cinco time.
Morash in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. In honor of Odell Beckham Jr. re-signing with the New York Giants yesterday. Okay there, Ev?
Yeah, a little cough.
All right. I'm here to give you the most memorable 5 return homes in New York sports history.
Okay.
All right. And I am sure I missed plenty, so save
So
your
why
mentions.
make a list then if you already know before you announce it that you're going to get crap for screwing up and
Because
being
they
lazy?
get crap. Because I didn't screw up. I searched every single team. I trusted AI. Didn't trust AI. Searched everything. And I, just like anything, like I do every time, I'm going to get crap.
Okay, so before you say anything, did you put a timestamp on this or is it of all time? I want to make that clear.
My lifetime.
Your lifetime.
Yep.
So before we get started, George Thomas Seaver, the great Tom Seaver's return, is not going to be included.
Not in my lifetime.
I'm just asking before you get yelled at.
No.
Okay.
I'm a year away from 40. I think it's a fair lifetime.
All right.
Here we
Tom
go.
Seaver's return does not count.
All right. Here we go.
Just saying.
Here we go. Number 5.
How about Jose Reyes, 2016, 17, 18? He actually had a good 2017.
Yeah, and then we were screaming at DFA him.
Yeah. Well, again, these guys are, a lot of these don't end great,
It
but
was
they're
also
memorable.
brought back amid controversy because remember, he
Yep.
was released and DFA'd because of horrible accusations against him.
Uh-huh.
And there were a lot of people in the fan base, myself one of them, who did not want to bring him back for that reason. So it was not a universal homecoming.
But memorable, nonetheless. Here we go.
Number 4.
How could it get more memorable than this? Roger Clemens returning in 2007 in George Steinbrenner's box. He was steady all year before ultimately getting hurt in the postseason.
Yeah, I think it's most memorable for Susan Waldman getting very excited about it.
Yeah. I mean, also, imagine today's day and age with Twitter, somebody would have leaked that out. He surprised everybody by sitting in the owner's suite at Yankee Stadium on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Just a couple years ago, Landon Collins comes back to the Giants in 2022, signs after week 1, ends up being a pretty key player in the defense with a couple big turnovers on a playoff team. Last time they made the playoffs, Landon Collins returned.
Putting that over Clemens?
I know.
Because they had more success. Collins actually had more success in Clemens.
Yeah, Clemens wasn't great. He did pitch in the 07 ALDS, though.
I don't know if Landon Collins is as memorable, though.
I mean,
That's a real bias.
You kind of forget that one.
I think we forget that he was really good.
I know he was really good, but you kind of forget it.
And they won the playoff game.
This is why people think you're more of a Giant fan than a Yankee fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Number 2.
Suck it!
Mark Messier coming back in from 2000 to 2004 at their stint with the
No
Canucks.
doubt. No doubt.
And he was the right leader to lead the Rangers back. If you remember, he handled all the 9/11 stuff very, very well.
No
for the
issue.
Rangers.
No issue
All
with
right.
that.
And number 1.
Number 1.
I want Evan to repeat his little snarky comment. Repeat your comment.
This is why people think you're more of a Giant fan than a Yankee fan.
The number 1 return home in New York sports history is Andy Pettitte coming back from the Houston Astros, and he ends up winning another World Series with the Core 4.
Do the Jets exist or no?
As I say, because what did he miss?
What did he miss?
Darrelle Revis?
Yeah, he missed Darrelle Revis and he missed Vinny Testaverde. Those are two that jump out at me right away.
I have no recollection of Testaverde returning.
He came back in 2005 when they were dealing with quarterback injuries.
I don't remember that at all.
Did he play?
Yeah, played like 4 or 5 games. Not a lot. He was old. He was like 42 at the time.
Revis was number 6 on my list.
You got to put Revis up there.
Why? Because he's a Jet?
He's a Jet legend. He's a Hall of Famer, bro.
That's why people don't respect you.
Nobody's a Hall of Famer. Don't you think that matters?
Was he universally welcomed back by Jet fans?
So
I'm glad you asked the question. Darrelle Revis, and I think this is fair to say, outside of Clemens and Messier, clearly the best player on that list. Can we all agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Like better player
Hall of
than
Fame status, sure.
Hall of Fame, one of the great cornerbacks of all time. He was a very controversial figure upon his exit. Like, I didn't want him traded. I know I was against it. A lot of people were for it. He then wins a championship with the Patriots. When they brought him back, I would argue that created more excitement. I can't say than Pettit, Clemens, or Messier, but it was definitely bigger than Landon Collins coming back. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, the results were different because Darrell was done by the end. I'll raise my hand on that, especially the last game against Buffalo. So it didn't end well by any stretch. But getting Revis back was a huge, huge deal.
Yeah.
And he's a Hall of Famer, which you can't say about a few of those guys.
To defend Sean, the defense was good that year with the Giants. And so that's what helped get them into the postseason.
I mean, the Jets won a lot of games that year. They just choked out Week 17 against Buffalo.
Clinch a playoff spot at home. Landon Collins is the big turnover in the game.
I don't know. I don't think you can put that above Revis. That's all right.
You know why? Because it's so forgotten because he was so good and smooth on that team.
Okay, whatever you say.
All right. I mean, it's the right list, but you can take a walk.
Okay. And by the way, I'm sure there are others that none of us are mentioning that we also forgot.
I contemplated including Jason Kidd as a coach to the Nets.
Nah, but it's funny you say Jason Kidd. I made my own list, and I'm not going to call it a Cinco.
You knew what he was doing?
Completely unrelated.
Oh, okay.
The Jason Kidd part just sparked my memory. So when Russell Wilson announced that he was joining the CBS desk, I had a thought, which is Russell Wilson joins a long line of formerly really good players who ended their career in New York. Does that make sense?
Yes.
A guy, because I don't want to say Russ is a Hall of Famer because I think it's debatable. But, okay, a borderline Hall of Famer, had a wonderful NFL career, ends it in New York, and did nothing for New York. And so I made a list of other guys who've kind of done that, like all-time great players. Not that you forget they ended in New York, but they are clearly known for playing elsewhere. Would you like to hear my list?
Yes.
In no particular order. You ready?
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Great
one of the great running backs of all time. Good Jet, by the way.
Right. Hall of Famer, like the man.
One of the greats of all time.
Yes.
You don't forget he was a Jet, but clearly more of a Charger. I got two more Jets for you because the Jets were great at this. Ed Reed.
What?
Ed Reed.
I don't remember.
I know you don't because no one does except for a few. Ed Reed is one of the great safeties of all time.
How many years?
A year.
That's it.
Ed Reed ended his career as a Jet. And I got another one. You could argue he's the best player on this list. Ronnie Lott ended his career as a New York Jet.
Definitely don't
Hall of
remember that
Famer,
either.
6-time All-Pro.
Was he great in that year?
He was, okay, so I was very young. This was like my first memories. Art Monk, Ronnie Lott. Art Monk did not finish his career with the Jets, by the way. Boomer did not finish his career with the Jets, but Boomer was a part of this era for me as a real young Jet fan. I was pumped that Ronnie Lott was a Jet.
They were trying.
They were trying, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's bring in some stars.
But, dude, Ronnie Lott's one of the great defensive players of all time. You don't even remember he was a Jet.
I don't remember he was a Jet at all.
And I apologize. I have no Giants on this list, so, Sean, I'll defer to you. Are there Giants I'm missing that kind of fit what I just described?
Two.
LaDainian Tomlinson, Ronnie Lott, and Ed Reed?
Two, without a doubt, a notch below, though. Brandon Marshall.
Okay.
He was a really good
career. He ended his career?
The Giants.
That's a few notches below.
Okay.
Dude, those three guys are some of the those three guys are all-timers. They're not Hall of Famers.
Again,
they're all-timers.
I'm not even going to mention the other one because you're going to kill me.
Well, just say it then. You're already there.
Herman Moore.
Okay. Thank you. So the answer is no. There are no comparisons.
Herman was like a big deal for a minute.
Yeah.
Did you just hear the names I mentioned?
But he wasn't an all. Yeah, you're right. It's not on the same level.
You're right.
But Herman Moore, I mean, I'm biased because he's a UVA guy, but
I get you.
When he was in Detroit, we all thought he was
a fine player.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Ed Reed, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Ronnie Lott are like all-time great players.
Sam Madison?
Here are the other ones I came up with the New York Mets, Willie Mays and Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
Now, they both have histories in New York, obviously. Willie with the Giants when they played here, Yogi with the Yankees, but they ended with another New York team they were not famous for.
Yep.
The Yankees I have, Paul Wainer, that was a long time ago, but he was an all-time great player 100 years ago. And Andrew Jones, Hall of Famer.
Good one.
Ichiro, Randy Johnson did not end their careers with the New York Yankees.
Neither did Jose Canseco.
And finally, and it's the reason I brought this up to begin with, Jason Kidd ending his career with the Knicks.
He's the only one? There had to be more for the Knicks.
In terms of, so I have a very high standard. These are not just Hall of Famers that I named. These are all-timers. Andrew Jones is borderline, sure, but Jason Kidd, Willie Mays, Yogi Berra, Ed Reed, LaDainian Tomlinson. Dude, these are all-time players. They are in the other class of Hall. There's Hall of Fame, and then there's Hall of Fame.
I'm assuming the Nets have none.
That fit this level.
Yeah, it'd be hard to go hockey. Sean would have to inform us on this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Wayne Gretzky.
Great call, Tiki.
I wrote that down and I deleted it. Sorry. No. And probably could be number one.
That is number one.
Yeah. The Nets had players, but not to, again, this is a level of otherworldly. And Russell Wilson's not on that level either. It was more just of a thought that we've had guys like that. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre didn't finish careers with the Jets. They went elsewhere, so they don't fit. Kevin Durant didn't finish his career here. James Harden didn't finish his career here. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce didn't finish their careers here. So
Kurt Warner didn't finish his career here.
Kurt Warner didn't. So even when the Nets were collecting fossils, none of them ended their careers here. So you like that one? You could rank them in order, and then you got to sync them.
That's a good one.
Who would be number one on that list? Willie Mays?
Wayne Gretzky.
Over Willie?
Wayne Gretzky's he's the player all time in the sport.
You are right, by the way. Yeah. I am not arguing. I'm just merely thinking out
probably
loud.
Willie Mays.
Then Willie.
And Yogi.
Yogi. I'd probably go, I don't know.
That's tough.
That's a tough
Dude,
one.
these guys are all-timers. Like, I'm not
Yogi's
screwing
an
around.
all-time champion. Like, all the championships that he's had.
And people don't remember he actually played for the Mets.
Right.
Dude, Jason Kidd's really good, too.
What was that?
Jason Kidd might be, one of the three best point guards of all time.
I understand. And LaDainian Tomlinson's one of the great running backs of all time.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on. That's why I said, I didn't mess around.
That would be hard. That would be hard to rate.
Did Jason Taylor go back to Miami?
Excuse me? He did go back to Miami.
Okay.
Good call. No, I was on top of that because I forgot that, and I had Jason Taylor written down briefly, and then I looked it up, and he went back. So there's a few guys like that who played here at the end of their careers but didn't finish their career here. Let's go to Al in Keyport. What's up, Al?
Tiki, Evan Tiki. Hi, I'm calling about San Antonio and the Knicks. And Brunson will never play bad because he's really a smart player. He'll never really play bad unless he's hurt.
Right.
But anyway, about San Antonio, they're letting Wemby run around outside by the 3-point line like Towns was doing. They're not using him right. He should be posting up every single time.
But he does
low.
that. He does that too. Like the dangers of Wemby's is that he can score at all three levels.
Right.
Like that's the beauty of him.
But he was saying, why mess around?
Oh, just do it constantly?
Just constantly feed him in the post.
Just like it's a cheat code?
Yeah, it's like a cheat code. Because who's stopping him?
So I think that we're going to see a lot of, look, OG Anunoby is going to be thrown on Wemby. That is obvious. We saw it, but I don't think it's going to be constant. I think they're going to throw a lot of different bodies at him. I think that Cat will try to defend him at times. I think when Mitch plays, if Mitch plays, he'll be thrown at him. And yes, I think in big moments, OG will get physical with him too.
I mean, it's the only way because his size advantage is it's massive. Even if you have technically a strength advantage, like size is undefeated.
Yeah, but I think the real key with Wemby is that
you got to make him feel it.
He is an elite level rim protector, and they've got to find a way to get him out of the paint. The best way to do that, in their mind, is to have him defend Josh Hart. Now, what boggles my mind about Josh, and I've said this a million times, is that
guard Josh
Wemby's going to defend Josh, and Josh has to make his threes. And if Josh makes his threes, because that allows Wemby to kind of be a free safety in the paint, but it gets burned if Josh makes his threes. Josh made 40% of his free throws this year.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a liability. But that's the gamble that Mitch Johnson's going to take because they want Wemby to be that elite level rim protector that can basically be a free safety. So if Josh Hart makes his threes, that may be the biggest factor of this entire series. Or you want to boggle this down to one little thing.
Or you sit him down and you put in Landry Shamet.
Well, that's the response that Mike Brown could make. Absolutely. But I think early on, Josh Hart's ability or inability to make that shot is going to determine a lot. It's going to determine a lot. More on Mitchell Robinson and his health in just a few minutes, plus your calls at 888-808-1019. It is Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash until the Carton Show at 2 o'clock.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
The LA Rams' decision to draft Ty Simpson 13th overall in this past April's NFL draft looks even more ridiculous now that they traded for future first ballot Hall of Fame pass rusher Myles Garrett. If the LA Rams were truly in on this season, they wouldn't have drafted a backup quarterback at 13. I'm Nick Costos.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Rizza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spring is winding down, but pest season is just getting started. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all season long. With local offices in the New York metropolitan area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
Hey Yankees fans, join us at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, June 18th as the Yankees take on the White Sox. And come early for a special giveaway. It's Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Yankee soccer jersey presented by Bank of America. Don't miss Yankees and White Sox on Thursday, June 18th, Yankee Soccer Jersey Night. Get your tickets now at yankees.com/tickets.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We just love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires July 6th.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us.
And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Over the last few days, the Mitchell Robinson story has gotten kind of weirder, and we've gotten a little bit more information. Now, we still don't know how he injured his hand. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. Was it a bowling activity? Was it something else?
Bowling?
Yeah, it could have been, or that was speculated about. But we had a caller yesterday, and it's funny. I've heard a different person make the same phone call to this radio station 4 times in the last 24 hours. Different people, but all saying the same thing, which is, I can't believe no one has said blank. And what they continue to say is, I can't believe no one has said that the fracture of the 5th metacarpal that Mitchell Robinson suffered is also known as, boxer's fracture. Correct. Which is what the caller said to us yesterday. And again, I heard a caller to Boomer and Gio say it. I heard a caller to the Overnight say it.
So they're saying he punched something.
The doctors aren't saying he punched someone. They're saying the injury is most commonly connected to punching something.
Yes.
Which is, sure, an implication, but no one actually knows. Here's what matters more than anything, and I ask you as someone that has dealt with injuries, this feels different than just a broken pinky because it's more up your hand. It's a break in the bone connecting your pinky finger to your wrist. It's usually near the knuckle. Is this change things in terms of you thinking he's going to play on tomorrow night?
So it's not in the phalange, so it's not up in this part. It's down in his where his hand is.
Yeah,
so it's like in the meat of his hand, not in the digit.
The way it's been described,
because I always assumed it was in the digit.
Yeah, it's not. It's like
it's down.
Connecting the bone between your wrist and your finger. Which look, I don't know. I'm merely asking the question that we all want to know: is he going to play tomorrow?
So that's that bone right down in this area, right above your wrist.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean that's just. I actually think this is less concerning.
Oh, really? So it's better news
because it can be somewhat protected. You know what I mean? And it's when you have the digit part of your finger, when that's broken, you worry about re-breaking it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you have surgery, you worry about it. I don't know, getting compromised in some way, just getting hit or whatever it may be. But if it's down in the meat of your hand, that's kind of just pain. Once it's fixed or plated or whatever they did to it, maybe they put a screw in it, then it's likely not to slip. It just could be very painful. So as long as he can deal with the pain, I think this shouldn't be an issue. But again, I don't know what he's going to feel. I don't know how he functions if he's constantly feeling pain while he's gripping a ball or dunking a ball or blocking a shot.
Yeah, that's the part that's tough to figure out. The first question is he going to play? And I listened to everybody at this radio station. It was funny. Two people's opinions jumped out at me as funny. One was Boomer, who this morning said he doesn't think he's going to play. And then the other extreme was Baghdad Bob, Craig Carton, saying, it's no big deal. It's not even an issue. Why are we talking about this?
It's an issue. It's just a matter of whether or not Mitchell Robinson can withstand the pain. He said he wants to play.
I think he's going to play.
I
would
he's
lean
going to play
away from Boomer's fear that he's not going to play. Right. Now, Mike Brown has said over and over again, and I kind of respect this about Mike Brown. He's been honest. He's like, I don't want to know anything. Just let the doctors tell me, is he available or not available? I'm not dealing with anything. And I appreciate that, and I kind of understand why he does that. But why worry about it?
But if you're Mike Brown, you now have to prepare as if he's not going to play.
I think you prepare for both.
You have to prepare for the worst case.
Yeah, I think you prepare in case he doesn't play, if he does play. But he's not deciding. Like Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks physicians or doctors or medical team, they're the ones making the decision. So when Mike is asked about this at press conferences, I think he gives a genuine, I don't know answer. Because I don't think he knows. I think he's choosing to not know.
But isn't it weird not to know? Isn't it weird for him to wanting to be obscure? Now, partly that creates a competitive advantage because you're not saying, well, Mitch is playing and this is how we plan to utilize him. I don't know. We'll find out on game day.
It's also protecting the player. I think we all assume that Mitch is going to play and he's going to fight through it as long as the medical team allows him. Like he'll play through pain. He'll play through pain.
Yes.
But in case he doesn't, like you can't come out a few days earlier and say, yeah, I expect Mitch to play. And then Mitch says, hey, it is actually too much pain. I can't play. Then I think it makes him look bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why if you're Mike Brown, you're smart to just not give any answers.
Right.
The question for us is, well, what's going to happen? So there's two levels. There's level one, is he going to play? I agree with you. I agree with anyone else who says, hey, I think he's going to play through it. He probably will. Then the second layer is, does it affect him? And that's the part that none of us truly know until we watch him out there.
Right. That we'll find out tomorrow.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
It's not worth saying he's going to play or he's not going to play. We have no idea.
None of us truly know. The Knicks haven't announced it. But it's mysterious.
And none of us have had this injury.
None of us?
I mean,
you've never had this injury?
No. I mean, I had a broken bone in my wrist, but it didn't stop me from playing. So I don't even think I knew it was broken. He clearly knew it was broken.
This is one of those injuries where there have been people who have, tons of people have called up to say, I've had this injury. It's like a common injury, especially when you punch somebody. Which, again, doesn't mean Mitchell Robinson punched anybody.
Yeah.
It's just that it's most prevalent when you punch somebody.
I was reminded last night that I had this exact injury.
You did?
Yeah.
Who'd you punch?
I didn't punch anybody, so it can be broken without punching it. I taunted a Jet fan with a rally towel that said Jets suck after the Giants beat them in 2003 in the hallways of West Babylon High School, and he pulled the towel out of my hand and pulled the entire thumb and hand joint with it, and I broke my metacarpal, whatever the hell it's called, that whole bone in there, and I was in a cast for 6 weeks.
I think I speak for everybody when I say you really deserve that.
Yes.
I don't like
why were you holding on to why don't you just let the towel go?
Because I was a moron, Tiki. I was a 16-year-old kid that went to a Jet-Giant game of which the Giants won on a walk-off field goal in overtime, and I wrote on the Jets rally towel, Jets suck. And I waved it in my friend Danny's face. And he broke my thumb. I was a cast for a month. That being said, I'm not a professional athlete. I was a fat 16-year-old with acne and thinning hair, so I'm not Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, but you're on the wrong side of the hand. You're saying your thumb.
It was the thing that connected. He pulled the thumb, but with it, he was so strong, he pulled the whole bone out.
So you had it in your thumb, not in the pinky.
And my dad was right. They called it the boxer's fracture, and that was the joke. I didn't punch anybody. I should have got punched.
Yeah, you should have. I assume a lot of people got the injury by punching you at times.
And I wasn't going to bring that up until Tiki literally said none of us have had this injury.
Well, I do know it's
but you haven't had it in your pinky.
No.
Well, and here's the big
jump.
That's
it was like the warped hand part of it.
And the big jump that you have and everyone else listening has is you're also not playing in the NBA.
Right.
You're also not 7 foot. This is also not the NBA Finals. And that's the level that makes it tough to know what's going to happen. But it's a huge factor. And I've said this a lot leading up to the NBA Finals. This has a chance to be a complete non-story. If Mitchell Robinson plays and he plays well, this goes away.
Yes.
If the Knicks somehow lose this series, and one of the reasons is Mitchell Robinson either not playing or being ineffective, this becomes one of the biggest stories in New York sports.
Yeah, because now we'll all want to know why. or what happened.
Yes.
And if it was his fault, then we're going to blame him.
1,000%.
And it's not fair because
life isn't fair.
Life happens and stuff happens, but still, that's just the nature of sports fandom.
But it's weird sitting here knowing here's a story that's either going to take a left turn and be the most irrelevant afterthought that you don't remember, or based on what happens next, could turn into one of the biggest stories of the year. Like at the end of the year, we have a fun segment called 26 and 26, where we count down the most memorable moments from New York sports in the year that was. This injury could be number 5, or it may not make the list.
Wow, I forgot about 25 and 25.
26 and 26. We're at the 2026 now.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Last year it was 25 and 25. The year before that it was 24 and 24. And it's okay that you forgot about it. I got a whole list written down.
There's like 8
you'll forget
Giant stories already.
Yeah, the Knicks are dominating, but yes, there's a ton of Giant stories. I would say that the Giants and the Knicks have just completely dominated the first 5 months of this season.
Wow. All right.
Now, the element we're going to run into that we're going to have to redebate at a later time is that last year didn't include Pete Alonso and Edwin Diaz leaving.
Yeah, we said they count towards this year.
And the agreement was, well, it'll count for 26 because it happened after the deadline in December. Now, it's going to be weird doing 26 and 26 and counting down Mr. Cockfighter himself, Edwin Diaz, and Pete Alonso. But that's for December.
Yeah, I like it. All right, good month ahead.
Do you think the Jets will even make the list? Well, we have one event that's in the top.
Geno Smith returning.
Yes.
That's true. Okay, that's one.
Definitely.
We got one.
It was a big story.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall extension?
Sign extension.
The problem is it was like a late on a Friday.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes it. And then the season, who the hell knows? You have to find out.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sonny and Malvern. What's up, Sonny?
Hey, guys. Long time.
Appreciate you calling. What's on your mind?
Thanks. 2 things, if you let me finish, please. First, second, I want to correct you on the Robinson injury. But first, I have to say this. Jackson Dart has every right as an American citizen, guys, to vote, support, and introduce anybody he wants. If Kamala Harris runs in the next election and Carter introduces her, you won't hear a peep. So talk about double
standard. Why are we going back to this? I thought we already did this.
I had to say that.
Sonny,
Guys, I had to say that
who
because it
cares,
bothers
dude?
me.
We don't care.
I know.
Seriously,
it
we don't care.
bothers me.
I don't care.
All right, as far as
We don't care.
Robinson's concerned, listen, Moose had a top surgeon on Sunday, and Evan, he said it wasn't from punching somebody. This is his opinion. It comes from punching something like a wall that doesn't give, not somebody's face or somebody, different part of somebody's body. So, and he said it won't affect his defense at all. Obviously, it'll affect his offense, but he's a terrible offensive player anyway. So.
Well, no, but where the offense is affected is on lobs. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
He's not a good free throw shooter. He's not taking any jump shots, but that would be what I wonder, because think about that kind of weapon.
Wait, don't you,
Mitch on lobs.
Yeah, can't he lead with his left hand?
Oh, no, it's a great, I don't know.
I mean, obviously, I'm not a 7-footer, so lobs, if you're a natural right-hander, you usually catch it with your right hand and kind of just support with your left. Can you do it the other way?
Now,
like support with your right, catch with your left.
Yeah, it's a great question, because when you talk about his offensive game being impacted, that is a part, probably the most significant part of his offensive game. Now, as far as a surgeon is concerned, I trust him. Like, he's a surgeon. He knows a lot more than me. But what's so dangerous about this is based on the injury, we're speculating what caused it. Sean Morash just said a towel being ripped out of his hand because he was a freaking annoying Giant fan caused the same injury.
Right.
So you don't know.
Right.
You don't know what it
That's
was.
why when they say it's the most common form of doing it, it's common, but not 100%.
And I think that's worth saying. It is a common boxing. It's commonly with punching. Fine. We all agree with it.
And
it doesn't mean it's a guarantee that that's what it was.
It's just funny listening to the Mets chat, and Phil was like, why are we talking about this like it's a finger? The connecting your finger and your wrist, that's in your hand.
And Phil is a doctor, by the way.
He's a doctor, so it's like, he's right.
So
why are we talking? We're confused by the reporting on this or how it's been identified from the Knicks, because they keep talking about the pinky. So when you say pinky, you think it's the end part, right? But if it's down near your wrist, that's in your hand.
So he broke his hand.
Broken hand.
Well, that's why I said to you at the top, like, and I'm no expert on this. Like, I thought it was interesting that Boomer was saying, I don't think he's going to play. Right. And Craig said it's no big deal. It's a pinky. Like, they're both probably the extremes in this. I'm just a simple guy saying it sounds worse than it was 5 days ago. Yes. But then you said it sounds better than it was 5 days ago. So I don't know what to think.
Well, because it's in your hand.
But it's still a broken hand then, you're saying.
Yeah, but like, if I'm assuming it's in the meat part of your hand, of like in this area right here. If there's not much you can do about that. You get surgery on it, you plate it or screw it, whatever the heck you have to do with it, and then it's just going to be painful. Bones heal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They actually heal stronger.
Zebo in Staten Island. What's up, Zebo?
How you doing, Evan? Tiki? Big fans.
Appreciate it. What's up?
Fan. So first of all, before I get to, I need the wisdom from you, Evan. I am a little depressed. But before I get to that, you missed LaMarcus Aldridge and Troy Tulowitzki.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a good one. But again, while a really good player, the top-tier guys I was talking about are like first ballot, Hurst ballot.
Who was the second one you said, Zebo?
Troy Tulowitzki.
Yeah, I can't count him. Good player, but not a Hall of Famer or anything.
Right, so, but Evan, as someone that's been through your teams that you hate in this town winning championships,
yes,
how am I supposed to react as a Nets fan to the Knicks winning?
It's hell. I mean, I can't sugarcoat it. It's the worst thing possible. And I'm being respectful about it because I do know that there's a lot of Knicks fans here, and I'm happy for those diehards. But it's literally the worst thing that could happen if you're one of the few Brooklyn Net fans. It's something you'll never live down, especially because of the Bridges trade. You basically allowed this to happen. No matter what success the Nets have, it will not only be reminded of you that you don't exist and no one cares about you, but you will be reminded that we won a championship. It's hell on earth. And I can't be any more blunt about it. So when people get confused and say, I don't know, why aren't you rooting for the Knicks? Because you don't know what it's like to walk in our shoes. And that's okay. With that said, I'm not going to bring it up again. He asked, I gave an answer, and I will again go back to being a good little boy. And I will talk about things.
An IBO.
I will talk about things in an innocent way. But if you ask me to peel back the curtain, the New York Knicks winning an NBA title is legitimately hell on earth. And I hope that much like I respect you guys and how excited you are, I hope that you can offer me the same respect. You won't. And that's okay.
Especially when we're at the parade.
Yes, please don't scream at me when we're at the parade. In fact, you know what you should do if you run into me at the parade and you have anything to say to me? Because if you don't say anything to me, that's great. But if you have something to say to me at the parade, simple word, condolences. That's it. You're at a parade, I'm at a funeral.
How about congratulations? You helped make this happen.
Don't do that.
The Mikal Bridges trade. Congrats.
Well aware. Rich is calling from Yonkers. Hey, Rich.
Hey, good afternoon.
What's up?
I have one for you, and it has to do with the Nets. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's the ABA's all-time leading rebounder, Mel Daniels.
Yeah, it's a good one. He's before my time, but yeah, Mel Daniels is a Hall of Famer. He ended his career with the New York Nets in the NBA, and before that, he was an ABA player.
Where did he make his biggest?
Indiana in the ABA.
Got it.
It's a good one. Basically, if you're just tuning in, I was referring to Russell Wilson and how he is a Hall of Famer who ended his career quietly in New York. So I was thinking about all the other legendary athletes that were not known for playing here, but finished their career in New York with a whimper. And
famous elite elsewhere, but then finished here.
I got one. Juan Soto.
What?
World Series champ with the Nationals, made it with the Yankees, finished his career with a whimper with the Mets.
We love Soto.
I mean, the guy's going to go in the Hall of Fame with a Met hat on.
Okay, Wade Boggs is there with a Tampa Bay Devil Ray hat on.
No, they didn't allow that.
Oh, I thought they did.
No.
You sure about that?
It's also not the same. Like, Juan Soto's going to spend more time with the Mets than any other team.
But you said out with a whimper.
Why am I engaging in this kind of troll joke? Like, this is
Why
my
are you
fault.
letting this get to you?
It's not getting to me. It's that I'm responding.
That's like a gnat buzzing in your ear, and it's like it pisses you off so bad that you take out a bazooka and shoot it in the air.
Well, I didn't take out a bazooka. I was merely arguing with him. I was more swatting at it. I shouldn't have even swatted at it. I should have just gone to the next call.
No, it's not worthy. You swat at it. You just don't engage with it.
Okay, let me swat at it.
Anthony Gallo gave me a real Mets one.
Go ahead.
Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, Gary Sheffield's a good one. You know what the problem with all these guys are? They're really good and they're Hall of Famers or they're borderline Hall of Famers. I want to remind you the guys I said. I said Ed Reed, Ronnie Lott.
You said all-timers.
Willie Mays, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, but that's
these are not just Hall of Famers.
Okay, but
they're the best of the best.
But then people can't participate if you're going to be limiting it to the best.
No, you can participate if you come up with somebody on that level. Those guys are not on that level.
Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, yeah, who is number one in all likelihood on this.
Now, if Wayne Gretzky played for the Jets, you would have mentioned him 14 times. You keep forgetting.
I apologize. You want to apologize to Wayne Gretzky? I'm sorry, Wayne. You know why I think I actually...
At least I brought up hockey. You guys were completely ignoring it.
To be fair, you did. Marty St. Louis. Hall of Fame.
I think the reason I forget about Wayne Gretzky, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to pull up the stats. I thought he was actually pretty good here. And the Rangers had like some decent success
They
here.
made the conference final with him.
Yeah. So like when I think of him here, he obviously wasn't the player he was in Edmonton, but he was pretty good. In fact, you ready for this? Led the league in assists twice while a member of the New York Rangers. He was pretty good here. Again, not as good as he was in Edmonton or even with the Kings, but I think that's why I like it. It's so different than a guy like Ed Reed, who's a forgotten about player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Yogi Berra, who was here for 5 minutes as a player, or Willie Mays, who unfortunately was falling down in center field. So I think that's part of the reason why Wayne I sort of forget about. More of your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. Plus, we have a new game. We're going to guess if our coworkers, all specific examples of it, have already pre-planned the Knicks parade or they refuse to talk about the parade. We'll guess who partook and who said no gracias. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan till the Carton Show at 2 o'clock.
I'm always busy and on the go, so knowing my family is safe when I'm not with them is particularly important. That's why our partners at Sloman's recently installed the Sloman ShieldLink system into our home, which is a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. All kinds of fun little gadgets, the cameras, the garage door control, the lighting, and Alexa control on my Apple Music inside my house. I can play it right from my phone, whether I'm inside, outside, or in the car about to walk in the door. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman ShieldLink system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama for pros, your job, your deadline, your team. Visit windorama.com/4-pros to learn more.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades Plus Vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka or Surfside Lemonade and Vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. French Open quarterfinals continue tomorrow on the men's side, and in an all-Italian, all-Matteo battle, I think Berrettini, the former finalist at Wimbledon, cruises into the semis. His compatriot Matteo Arnaldi has played some cinematic matches this tournament, but it's going to catch up with him. He's played 18 hours on court in his 4 matches thus far. His legs have to be hanging on by a thread. I'm taking Matteo Berrettini to cover the game spread. I'm Pat Boyle, bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 7/6/26. See dealer for warranty details.
New Jersey sets the global stage for FIFA World Cup 26. 8 epic matches, including the history-making final. Come for the games. Stay for the wow. New Jersey, where the world meets its match. Get in on the action at visitnj.org.
Who sells Michelin tires at the guaranteed lowest price? Town Fair Tire. Who gives you the most free services for the life of your Michelin tires? Town Fair Tire. So, when you put it all together, who gives you the absolute best deal on a new set of Michelin tires? The answer couldn't be more obvious. For the absolute best deal on a new set of Michelin tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. So many more options, better payouts all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started today. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We all love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and older, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, please call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There are so many delicious flavors like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
The place to be for everything New York Knicks is the place the Knicks voices speak.
We're hanging out with Knicks legend Walt Clyde Frazier. Brunson, he's the guy. Mr. Clutch. So down the stretch, he's going to have the ball.
Those who know.
Mr. John Starks.
They've been incredibly locked in. Everybody is clicking on all cylinders. They can win it all.
Carmelo Anthony joins us here on The Fan.
This was a team that was trying to figure out who they were as a team with the lineups. They were trying to figure out offensive systems. They was trying to get Mike Brown. Everybody was trying to figure it out.
You want Knicks? Why go anywhere else?
Mr. James Dolan live in studio.
You have to be patient. The team has to gel together. They have to see that they can win. They have to believe in themselves.
Your destination for the Knicks championship run is 101.9 FM WFAN.
All right, this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. It's game one of the Stanley Cup Final tonight, 8 p.m. John Tortorella takes his Golden Knights into Raleigh to take on Keandre Miller's Carolina Hurricanes. The Yankees begin a 3-game series with the Guardians at the stadium. Cam Schlittler pitches for the Yanks, 7:05 here on The Fan. And the Mets continue their series in Seattle, 9:40. Jonah Tong opposes Logan Gilbert.
I think they're going to use an opener, and Tong will come in, kind of like how Sean Manaea did last night. But you're right. He's essentially the starter, even if he's not the starter. But that's how the Mets have run it. And it's not like it's bad necessarily. It's worked to a degree. The problem is you got to score runs. That's the name of the game. And if you score 2 runs on 2 solo home runs, there's a good chance you're going to lose. But we do have some good baseball tonight. You mentioned Cam Schlittler on the mound. I think he's must-watch TV. And so while you do have the Stanley Cup Final, you don't have the NBA Finals yet. The Mets don't start till 9:40. So the Yankees can take center stage with Cam Schlittler on the mound tonight against a team above 500. So, we made a big deal about that, their record against teams above 500.
So does this win count, or are you going to go, they're only 2 in whatever?
Don't attack me like I've done anything wrong. I just merely told you the stat, and you get mad at me.
Well, what if they win the next 2 in a row? Are we going to hear on Thursday, they were only 3-7?
No. No,
Okay.
I mean, if
then
that's
we start to put it to bed. That's what I want to know.
I think they have a chance to put it to bed. I think it's probably most important for Yankee fans to beat the division, to beat Tampa Bay, to beat Toronto, the real threats in the American League East. But I don't know why you would yell at me. I think the Yankees are the best team in the division. I think they're going to win the division. So I don't know why, I'm the enemy. Why am I the enemy?
You're not the enemy. I'm not yelling either. Perhaps you should check your tone.
You're talking angrily at me. Tiki, ready to play a little game?
Yeah, let's.
I love our radio station. Our station is a lot of fun, and sometimes I like incorporating some of the things that a lot of us say. There's been a lot of parade planning here at WFAN.
Already.
And so we're going to play a game. I'm going to tell you the host or the show, and you will tell me, and we have audio to prove it, did they plan a New York Knicks parade, or are they saying not yet? Let's start off with our dear friend Al Cintron. Is Al Cintron planning a parade or not planning a parade quite yet? I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were listening to
No, I want you to guess, and then we'll listen.
Oh, got it. Yes.
Al Cintron, are you planning a parade?
Because I know 4 wins from now, I'll be on the float. I am going to be on the float.
Are you?
You damn right. Somebody already said something to me. I'm like, you have to be there.
Okay.
What float is he getting on?
I don't know. Al, I love you. What float are you getting on? What float is that?
That's the most fascinating. I don't even think the other clips we play matter. Whose float is he on?
I have no idea. Maybe he just meant he's going to be there like millions of other people.
Right.
All right, so Al Cintron planning a parade. Tommy Lugauer, our dear friend. Do you think Tommy is audacious enough to be planning a parade on Sports Talk Radio right now?
No.
Let's hear from Tommy Lugauer.
I'm already dreaming about the parade. I'm already trying to figure out what day the parade will be based on what game I think the Knicks will clinch it in.
Oh, jeez.
Because I think it's going to be 5. Could it go 6? Sure, but I think it's going to be 5.
Okay.
So, all right, if it's game 5, when's the parade going to be? All right, it's game 6. When's the parade going to be? Which shift am I working the night before? How much sleep am I going to get?
That's why. That's why.
What do you mean that's why?
I thought he never would commit. Remember last year when we were trying to get him to say the Knicks would do whatever?
Yeah.
In whatever round.
Yeah.
He would never commit.
Well, he's committed all right.
I'm shocked.
I don't know if it has something to do with his work schedule. He was arguing me that there's no shot the parade could ever be Friday, June 19th. He was telling me the parade's going to be Thursday. And I'm like, well, first of all, how do you even know when they're winning or what they're doing?
Right.
So then I lied to him and I said there's a New York City ordinance that says no parades outside of Thanksgiving can be on Thursday. And I was hoping he went to the area.
Tommy forgot, and I forgot until that clip. We actually made a bet that if the Knicks win an NBA title, I have to do his shift, and he gets to do mine for the parade.
Really?
So the parade would technically be Loogie, Tiki, and Sean. Now, I don't know if the management's going to approve of that, but I agreed to do the overnight. I agreed to do night out, the late, help me out, please.
The late night. The late night.
What is this show called? The After Hours.
After Hours.
Jeez. I know you guys saved me on that.
I thought you were talking about what it's naturally called.
No.
Not his actual show.
After Hours. I agreed to do After Hours, and he would do my portion of Evan and Tiki. Now, again, I don't know if management's going to agree to that. But I'm a man of my word. I'll totally do that. Miss the parade and do his show? Done. Sign me up. All right, let's go to the morning guys. Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. So far, everybody's planned the parade. Do you think Boomer and Gio plan the parade? Tiki Barber.
Yes.
You say yes. Boomer and Gio, take it away.
I feel like the Knicks are going to win the series, but I'm not going to say something like, where are we going to watch the parade from? You can't say anything like that. No, it's just, but I have belief that they're going to win.
There you go. No. Good job by them.
So no.
But Gio made it clear, I'm confident, but I can't go that far. So here's what we know so far. Al Cintron's on a float.
Yep.
Tommy's figuring out how much sleep he's going to get. They're planning parades.
Yes.
Boomer and Gio, very responsible. I'm confident, not planning a parade. Finally, Craig Carton and Big Mac.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Those are two huge fans.
Craig's already planned the food he's ordering for the parade.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Carton Show. Are they planning a parade?
So if the Knicks win it on Wednesday the 10th,
yes,
the parade would either be Friday or the following Monday, right? Mm-hmm. So it would either be the 15th or the 12th, correct?
I would
if
think
if they sweep.
If they win it on the 10th, I would think
Friday for the parade.
The 12th.
I think that's probably most likely.
So they're breaking it down.
They're breaking it down as a sweep too.
Yeah. break it down, which could happen. Why is it assumed, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've only been around for 3 of these, right? 2 of them were Giant Super Bowls, one on a Sunday. So that important to keep in mind. We won't have a parade on a weekend? Is that not a thing? To have a championship parade over the weekend?
You absolutely can have it on the weekend.
Has it ever happened on the weekend?
I looked this up. Not
it
in
would
New York.
only be the Yankees.
Yes, it does not happen in New York. It's happened in other sports, but I think that's just been circumstance.
That's
on
what I
dates
was
won.
going to say. Like, the Yankees are the best example. Obviously, you've got the 9-1, you got the 2000, the 99, the 90. Like, you have a lot of options in recent memory to say, when were the parades? Are you telling me that all of the Yankee parades during the dynastic era occurred midweek? They never did a Saturday or Sunday?
I have to reconfirm that. I don't believe
Can
they
you
ever
fact
did.
check that for me,
I'm
please?
trying to. I have a couple.
And
things
I don't know if there's a rule against that, because if you want to have the biggest party ever, wouldn't you want it on a Saturday? Am I crazy?
I guess the thought being in New York City, people walking down from their office buildings to kind of
Yeah,
partake.
you don't want empty office buildings.
Have they been to New York City? People work from home, especially on a Friday.
But think
No
about where
one's
the
here.
ticker tape falls from. You want people up in the buildings throwing the paper.
So I just want to know, since everyone else is planning the parade, I guess we can join in on this. I don't want to jinx anything or touch the money. Dare I be a jinx? We can do this on the weekend, or we don't want to do it on the weekend because that's the way these parades
It's
go.
less likely that people are going to be hanging out the windows throwing the ticker tape.
So it's got to be midweek.
So midweek seems like it's more conducive to a visual party.
Gotcha.
That everybody wants.
I'm just asking. So there you go. Basically what we've learned is everyone's planning a parade except for Boomer and Gio and us. And I don't think what we just said is planning a parade. I was reacting.
We're just exploring whether everybody else is planning a parade.
Yeah.
I'm really shocked about Tommy.
Tommy's the one that surprises you?
Yeah. Just because last year he would never commit.
He's different.
Well, they've been unbelievable. That's why.
I get the confidence. Like, the Knicks have played a brand of basketball. I can't say this enough, and we all know it. I'm not splitting the atom by saying it. They have played some of the most dominant basketball we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I fully understand having confidence going into this series. I just know, and look, maybe I'm different. I remember when Craig tried the same bit, except he was trying to jinx me with the Nets. Like, he'd be like, so the parade's going to start on Flatbush, and it's going to go here. And I would get pissed at him. I'd be like, shut up, dude. Like, I ain't planning this. And then after the Nets lost, he would say, remember when you planned the parade?
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't plan any parade.
Yeah, you planned a
opened your
parade.
mouth. So I'm not one to do it, but I understand the confidence. I think Gio probably said it best. He's like, yeah, I think we're going to win this series, but I can't go down that road of, planning the route or where the show's going to be or anything like that. I wonder if the station's planning it out. Don't they have to think ahead?
I found the most recent weekend parade.
Go ahead.
It was the Sammy Sosa home run parade.
That doesn't count.
That happened on the weekend.
The Sammy Sosa home run parade? First of all, what's that?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Sammy Sosa on October 17th, 1998, which was a Saturday, came down the Canyon of Heroes to celebrate the year he had.
Why not Mark McGwire? It was only Sammy?
Was Mark McGwire in the playoffs at that time?
No, he didn't make the playoffs that year. The Cubs barely
okay.
did, too. They lost in the divisional series to Atlanta.
Wait, they actually had a parade? Or just a...
Apparently they did, and I guess also part of the parade was to help the relief of the effects of Hurricane Georges in the Dominican Republic.
All right, so it's not really a home run parade. It was they were doing charitable work for a horrible
But
hurricane.
it's listed as a ticker tape parade in New York
So
City.
what you're trying to tell me now is that none of the Yankee parades were on a weekend.
I'm up to 96. Give me a second.
So our assumption's going to be that the way they were game planning it, it would be midweek, even if they won a championship on a Friday or a Wednesday. or what have you.
96 was a Tuesday.
Wow. All right. Maybe it's a midweek thing. Let's go to Al in New Jersey. What's up, Al?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. Well.
Ev, I just wanted to tell you I feel really bad for you because me as a member of the coalition, the next 2 weeks I plan on getting an extra workout in every day, spending more time with the kids, and completely tuning out what's going on. But you, being the nature of your work, you can't do that.
That's right.
Sure.
Yeah.
right.
Sorry, man.
I appreciate it.
So Tiki, I just want to get you into the mindset of like some people like me and Evan who root for loser franchises. When the inevitable happens that our team is out of it, we start like rooting for stories. Like Evan was rooting for the number one overall pick.
Right.
That's how we roll. So usually the Mets, we have a story to root for. Let's say Jacob deGrom or Ari Dickey, Reyes going for the batting title, Jeff McNeil going for the batting title. Most years we have these stories to latch onto. Unfortunately, this year we don't have it. We were hoping it was going to be Nolan McLean, going after the Rookie of the Year, but that doesn't seem to be working out. And watching these two little, which I hope I'm wrong, these two little Brett Gardners in the outfield ain't doing it for me. So I'm trying to figure out what story can we latch on to now.
That's a great question. That's a great question.
So, I mean, it's the easy one is just Juan Soto to be phenomenal.
Yeah, but he never gets a big hit in the 10th inning of games or the 9th inning of games. He disappears when it matters.
How many home runs has he hit? And how close is he going to get to being an MVP type of thing?
You know why that doesn't work, Tiki? And I love Juan Soto, and I have confidence in Juan Soto. I want to make that clear before I say what I'm going to say. And I talked about this on the Rico. You can download wherever you download your podcast.
I don't know what other story there is.
Juan Soto's having a fine year, and I don't think he falls apart in the big moment, but he hasn't gotten a big hit this season.
Right.
Last night's a great example of it. You come up in the 10th inning with a runner on second and nobody out. The manager is allowing, Dan Wilson is allowing his pitcher to face you, and you struck out. Like at the worst case scenario, you got to hit the ball to the right side and move the runner over. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot of that. So it would be tough for me to really enjoy the full compliments of a Juan Soto season when there are too many moments like this where he's not getting the big hit and costing them a game.
So there's nothing to really get behind story-wise then, except for the young bats? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's the answer. And as much as that was a harsh critique of Brett Gardner and what Carson Bench...
Mini Brett Gardners?
Because Brett Gardner had a good career.
No, he did. But I mean,
come on, guys.
He's probably just hoping that they turn into Brett Gardner.
Well, I was going to say that. I'll ask a Met fan this. Forget Carson Bench. Let me put him aside. Let's just focus on one guy. If A.J. Ewing has the career of Brett Gardner, are we really saying that was a failure?
No. You're saying that's a success. Just because you look at prospects that come through your system, and I think we often get enamored with them because the word prospect means, in some people's minds, that they're future stars. Prospects are just baseball players.
Yeah.
Some of them will turn into stars. Some of them will turn into average baseball players.
The more I think about it, maybe it would be a disappointment. And I like Brett. But, I'm looking at his career numbers.
Brett Gardner's career numbers?
It's a good career. It's a good career. I don't think it's not what you're dreaming for when a top prospect comes up.
But I think in our mind we inflate Brett Gardner because even when he left, we always desired him.
Yeah, and he was on the 2009 team as a young player.
Yeah.
And was on some good Yankee teams. But you're right. I mean, I think we overinflate him because he also spent his entire career here, 14 years. But, he's a career 250 hitter. His average season is hitting 13 home runs and, stealing 25 bases. It's fine.
But he was a good defender.
Really good defender, yeah. And A.J. Ewing looks awesome in center field. I'll totally give him that. He's struggling offensively, but he looks great defensively. I think that to answer his question, though, I think what you're rooting for is just young players to develop.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're still rooting for the season. It's not fully over yet, even if it feels over.
Right.
But you're looking for young players to play well. I wish we had Cam Schlittler, because that'd be fun. If we had him every 5 days.
You don't.
But we don't.
So stop pining.
I'm just saying.
You didn't want him either. Your fan base didn't want him.
We didn't say who didn't want him.
He wasn't good enough to pitch for Team USA, your fan base said.
Well, that was just us being petty about McClain versus Schlittler.
Yeah, because Team USA took the better pitcher, right?
Why are you guys taunting me?
Again, that was the talking point in real time.
You guys don't understand it. I'm a carcass on the side of the road, and instead of looking at me or feeling bad at me, you're poking me with a stick. I'm already dead. The baseball team is dead. The basketball team doesn't even exist. What do you want from me? You want tears? Is that what you're looking for, Tiki?
Not necessarily tears. Just some frustrated boiling.
Oh, yeah, I haven't had that.
Yeah. You always want us to remember what we said. You never want to remember your fan base.
I didn't say that, though. You're talking about my fan base. When did I say that?
You're their leader.
You're the representative.
Oh, that's the problem.
The leader.
I'm the leader. I'm the leader of the schmucks and the morons. That's Evan Roberts. I lead the dumbass Met fans and the non-existent Net fans. That's my life.
Yeah, your words.
All right. We'll come back with more of your calls, 888-808-1019. And Jazz Chisholm, did he go too far with something he said last night? Evan and Tiki on the Fan.
First pitch swung on, deep drive.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx taking on the Guardians. 7:05 tonight.
It's gone, a home run.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is the Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality.
The Black Crowes, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be, loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour, The Black Crowes, Whiskey Myers. Saturday, June 20th, Prudential Center. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
La Playa awaits this weekend. Be sure to stock up on ice-cold Corona at Wood and Fire in Pleasantville. Then sit back, relax, and soak up the good weather. Great vibes in New York basketball. Turn anywhere you enjoy the game into your own beach. La Playa awaits. Must be 21. Relax responsibly.
This hour is brought to you by Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. The business card that gives back all you put in.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Last night, the Yankees were off. They did not play a baseball game last night. They're back in action tonight against the Guardians, but Jazz Chisholm was actually on TV.
Jazz Chisholm.
He went on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Jazz Chisholm.
And he said something that I think some Yankee fans may not like. But you know what? I don't want to offer an opinion. I'm going to play it for you, and then we can decide. This is Jazz Chisholm when being asked about the Yankees and the Oh, don't tell me you don't have that in. I got to do everything around.
You got to do everything. You're the one who gives me the audio, big guy.
All right, I'll take care of it. So Jazz Chisholm was asked about, the Yankees and how good they are and their chances of winning it all. Take a listen. Tell me if this is jinxing it or not, if you will.
Big goal for the Yankees this season. I mean, to win a World Series. We're in New York. Come on, bud. Are we going to do it? Oh, for sure. We're going to do it. For sure. All right, come on, bud. Go Yankees.
I think the first part of it's fine when he says, what are we going to do? What is he supposed to say? But the for sure. Is there any issue with the for sure from Jazz?
No, that's just like lingo, slang. Just like, okay.
That's not Joe Namath's guarantee?
No.
Mark Messier's guarantee?
No.
No? Sean? No guarantee from Jazz?
You have to be specific to make a guarantee. You have to be intentional. We are going to win the World Series.
We're all guilty of this. Somebody asks you something like 2 weeks out, are you available to do, hey, maybe we get together at dinner? Yeah, for sure. You never get dinner with them.
Exactly. It's just it's a crutch word.
Exactly.
He's also in a really tough spot because obviously the Yankees have confidence. They should have confidence. What is he supposed to say? Like, should he give a cliched answer like, well, it's baseball. It's a crapshoot. Right. I think we're really good, but you never know. Like, he goes all the way with it. Like, yeah, for sure.
And if he says
he should say we have as good a chance of it as anybody.
That's a better answer. Yeah. He certainly can't say, well, if we run into the Dodgers, we have this major problem with the CBA right now. I think maybe we need a cap to get the Dodgers back.
Well, I don't think a player would say
exactly why.
Yeah, I'm all good with it.
He should have.
You can imagine that? Well, he's a player. They're not going to turn on the cap. Oh, no. Remember, the players are unified in not wanting a salary cap. Can I give some advice? And I know I brought this up to you a couple days ago, so I am victim to this. I have decided as a baseball fan to not pay attention to the negotiations. It's irrelevant. It means nothing right now. They're worlds apart. They're not having a lockout tomorrow. So why worry about something that, yes, inevitably is bad, but why worry about it in June?
Because right now you're just going to give yourself anxiety about there not being a season next year.
Yeah, worry about that.
As opposed to worrying about this season this year.
Yeah, well, think about all that needs to happen before that occurs. Like, there's a season. There's going to be a champion. It's not going to be the Mets, but it could be the Yankees. And then, believe it or not, there's actually going to be a little bit of an offseason. Like, there's about a month before the lockout starts. And like the lockout of 22 into 23, or I should say 21 into 22, there was an offseason.
Right.
Things happen. So let that play out. And then we'll get in the weeds and all worried about the lockout. But I can't get worried about it yet.
You shouldn't.
It's like someone telling me a meteor is going to come and it's going to kill all of us. Like, all right, when's the meteor coming? Well, it's coming in 6 years.
Said the dinosaurs who didn't listen.
Like, if I got 6 years, I mean, sure, I'm going to try to come up with something to save us from. Actually, this is a terrible example. I take it all back. Because if you were told, a meteor is coming and it's going to kill us in 7 years, what are you doing tomorrow? The answer is you're probably trying to figure out what to do to save us from the meteor.
Yes.
So
an underground bunker.
Yeah, it's not a good example because I think we would do something.
Is that going to help? Is that going to help you?
It's not actually, Sean. It's a terrible idea. You're dead.
Okay, it's as good an idea as any. What are you going to do? You're going to fire something at the sun?
I'm going to volunteer at NASA and say, what do you need me to do? We're going to work on this laser to push the meteor out of the way.
No, you're going to get in the way then. So you got to worry about your home and your home front.
Did you ever watch the movie Good Morning Vietnam?
Yes.
With Robin Williams?
Yes.
Maybe we do personal radio shows for NASA to keep them entertained while they're trying to solve the world's problems. You never know how one can be helpful.
The last thing I want those scientists doing is worrying about their entertainment. Go save the world.
You don't understand war, dude. Like, do you think there were chefs in World War II? Or chefs in Vietnam? Yeah, people need to cook.
Yes.
Like, people have jobs.
But this isn't war. It is
war.
It's war against the space.
Yes, it's war against the space. Well, thank you, Tiki. Like, it's the same thing. My point is I made a terrible example. I'm apologizing. It's not the same. Like, if we were told a meteor is coming, we're all probably going to do something to try to solve it.
Have you not watched Armageddon?
Yes. It's fine. Bruce Willis, we get it.
How about Project Long Shot? Hail Mary. I saw that in theaters. Really good movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was so good he didn't remember the name a month later.
I forget names of movies. That doesn't mean I didn't like the movie. It was a great movie. It was about, our son was dying, and it was causing major issues. It was like freezing the earth, but other sons were dying, and so we sent up, I can't give it away. Can I give it away? It's been out for a while.
No, you can't, because I still haven't watched it.
How long
you gave
has
it
been
away
out? A month?
More than that now.
It just hit streaming, and it's like a lot of people are starting to watch it now.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
That's right. There's 2 releases these days.
And there's an incredible swerve in the movie. And I don't want to give that away, though I really want to talk about the swerve.
Well, it's like
I'm not saying what the swerve is.
Is it something like
I'm not saying.
the main character flies into the sun and dies?
I'm not saying.
Ryan Gosling gets up there and he finds out Juan Soto opts out after all.
Why are you obsessed with Juan Soto today?
Because I that's my new favorite thing.
He's wonderful.
Does he go through a wormhole and find an alternate reality?
I am not giving away Project Hail Mary. All I could say is I was very entertained by it.
Does he
And
get
there's a
like
huge
knocked
swerve.
out and they have to fake that's how he got up there or
He
something?
finds an asteroid that is full of helium or hydrogen.
I want to
and-
stop.
And rams it into the sun, and therefore
Tiki,
the thermonuclear reactions restart.
Here's why we're going to stop talking about this. One of you guys said something that is very close to the truth, and I want to move on from this. And I'm not saying who it was, and I'm not saying what it was. All I know is there's a major swerve in this movie, and one of you guys, with your guessing, is getting way too close to comfort, so I'm going to move on. Let's go to Gabe in Smithtown. What's up, Gabe?
Fellas, what's up, man? Really enjoyed the show. I just wanted to touch real quick on this hypothetical, and I emphasize hypothetical parade that I'm disappointed in 75% of the hosts here even talking about it. I don't want to mess up the JuJu for the Knicks going into the finals here. But logistically, it'll be a nightmare as far as getting people to work that parade and paying overtime for all the city organizations if they held it on the weekend. And we all know that based on the...
Gabe, that's a solid observation.
That's a great answer. See? That's the answer we
That
needed.
makes sense. That makes sense. Because
Follow the money.
It is overtime. I heard this stuff. It's not really an idiom because nobody says it, but like money is the answer.
Money is always the answer.
It doesn't matter what the question is. Money is the answer.
So, according to our last caller as well, if the Knicks don't win the NBA championship, the blood is on the hands of Al Cintron, Tommy Lugauer, Craig Carton, and Chris McMonagle. Those that are innocent are us and Greg Giannotti and Boomer Esiason. Because those are the ones here at WFAN that were not pre-planning parade routes prior to even game one. The others, they made their decision. And again, if the Knicks win, it's a no biggie spot. It's like, okay, no big deal. But if they don't understand, again, I'll repeat their names just so you don't forget. Al Cintron, Tommy Lugauer, Chris McMonagle, and Craig Carton. Just want to make that clear so we all know whose fault it is.
It was Chris McMonagle, his fat ass.
Only one of those guys is actually going to be on a float, too, as we learned.
That's true. Well, which one? It's not going to be Al.
Well, Al says he's got a hook on the float.
Craig's going to be sitting on Dolan's lap like he's Santa Claus. Let's go to Kevin and Elizabeth. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, guys, what's happening? Thanks for taking my call. And it's really good to get through. My dad and my grandmother were regular callers, so
appreciate it.
Listen to you guys all the time. Great show. Appreciate it. Unsung hero for the Knicks. He played a lot throughout the end of the season and then played a lot of minutes, but we haven't seen him in playoffs. His length and his shooting, maybe if Mitch doesn't play, he'll come through. Mohamed Diawara.
I don't even think in that case we would see him. Like, I don't think some of the deeper bench roles are really going to change even if Mitch went down. I think Porty would be the one guy who may get a few more minutes, but I don't even think that would be a lot. I think it would probably be, and this may be the smartest thing to do, as crazy as it sounds, is to say, we're in the NBA Finals, and we've been well rested. I need guys playing 46 minutes. Tim Duncan, in 1999, played every minute of that NBA Finals but 5.
But think of how you're marginalizing some of the most important pieces that have got them to this point. And so the formula has worked. Why change it?
No, I'm saying if Mitch is out, which is what he is bringing up. Now, I don't think Mitch will be out. I think the risk is, what if Mitch is ineffective? And I don't know. His game is defense. His game is rim protection.
Yeah.
His game is being able to defend everybody.
Right.
Like, is it really going to be that affected by this hand issue?
I can't see it. I think the one thing that becomes the issue is when is the dunking. It's the only thing we've talked about. But defending, it's more his presence and his ability to stay in front of some of these bigs that he guards, and his hustle. And obviously, rebounding is also a big part of his job. That probably is the biggest thing, the rebounding side of it. If there's pain when he grips, when he grabs, he squeezes, does that cause pain? And then as a result, he's thinking about it.
Do you remember how the Knicks have been very tight-lipped on allowing their players or coaches or GMs to speak to the media? They're very tight-lipped on this. So the Knicks have let 9 players speak to the media today. One guy not speaking to the media today is Mitchell Robinson. And I understand it, agree with it.
Well, he doesn't want to have to answer the question.
Well, that's it. Like, you put him in front of a microphone. Naturally, good reporters like Ian Begley and Stephon Bondi are going to say, how did you injure your hand? What is he supposed to say? Because the Knicks, to their credit, have done a really good job of keeping this a secret. There's been reports on what it could have been and what maybe it was, but it hasn't gone anywhere. Like, we're 5 days post-injury, and there still isn't really substantial reporting on what caused it.
Why didn't they not just lie about it? Say it happened in a game. Or you don't even have to say it happened in a game. He felt pain during the game.
My theory
which is not a lie.
Okay, so my theory on that is somehow they get in trouble with the NBA because of injury reporting and gambling, and that's a wormhole you don't want to go down.
But if he says in game 4 he felt pain.
Yeah.
And it caused us to go do whatever.
Right.
It's not lying.
Yeah. It's not lying if you believe it.
It's not lying at all because he felt pain. He might have broken it before, but he felt pain in game 4.
Free Odyssey app. If you missed any of it, the YouTube FAN page has our entire show. You can download the Evan and Tiki podcast. Carton Show with Craig and Big Mac next. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.